These are the clearest and most convincing Bigfoot footage to date. This footage comes from trail cameras set up by adventure enthusiasts camping in the Canadian wilderness. The first trail camera, facing the distant woods, captures a tall, dark figure with a humanoid posture crossing the woods. It passes by, returns to inspect the camp, and then disappears back into the woods, peeking from behind a tree. Another camera, focused on the campsite and recording its rear, captures this mysterious creature peering and stalking the area. What truly instills fear is the immense size of the creature. When compared to nearby trees, it appears to be a figure standing between 10 to 13 feet tall. One can only hope that its presence was driven by curiosity, and it didn't intend any harm to the campers. In an autumnal forest setting, where trees stand bare without leaves, a woman captures a curious sight on her camera. She's filming a large, black, hairy creature partially obscured behind the trees.
Hey y'all, this was sent to me and it's really creepy. I don't understand how something this big and dark can fit behind such a tiny tree.
Its appearance closely resembles the legendary Bigfoot. Throughout the video, the creature exhibits peculiar behavior. At one point, it attempts to conceal itself behind one of the slender trees. Strangely, as it does so, it seems to vanish, blending seamlessly into the woodland backdrop. The footage is intriguing, sparking questions about whether this could indeed be a sighting of the elusive Bigfoot. This is really interesting footage, but I wonder how come they were able to be so close to this creature and get out alive with the footage. In this video, a woman is walking through the woods, possibly in search of her lost pet. As she films her surroundings, something unexpected catches her eye.
Oh my gosh!
She spots a large, black, hairy creature moving swiftly behind the trees. Its appearance and movement closely resemble what many would describe as Bigfoot. The suddenness of the creature's appearance and its quick disappearance behind the trees add an element of mystery and intrigue to the video. The woman's surprise is not all that enthusiastic. I would for sure be shivering if I spot something like this, but I lean more on this footage being fake. Someone in a costume ready to jump in front of their friend while filming. Do you agree? This intriguing video comes from a trail camera positioned in a snowy winter woodland. All seems quiet and calm for a while. Suddenly, the tranquility is broken by the appearance of a large creature with wild brown hair walking on 2 feet. It moves with a deliberate humanoid gait, passing right in front of the camera. The creature closely resembles the legendary Bigfoot. The sight of such a creature in this wintry forest landscape is both captivating and bewildering. It raises the question, could this actually be the elusive Bigfoot often spoken of, but rarely seen? I have to say that the quality of the video is very poor, so I can't make out any features or details. The only thing I can see clearly is its walking, which looks very human. In this intriguing video, somewhere out in Russia, a man is out in the woods during the day with his kid, enjoying the natural surroundings. While filming their adventure, he unexpectedly captures something remarkable on camera. Behind the trees, a large, hairy creature can be seen running. It's huge and notably runs on 2 feet, bearing a striking resemblance to what many people would identify as Bigfoot or a really giant rake. The creature's size and bipedal movement are particularly noteworthy. They are human-like sprints, but also have something animalistic about them, something that will surely scare you to the core if you encountered it. From my perspective, while the footage is fascinating and the possibility of a Bigfoot or rake sighting is thrilling, it's also likely that there could be a more practical explanation. Could this video be fake? Heading out on a forest trail can be a fun and calming adventure. But if you have an encounter like this, it surely turns into an event that you can never forget. This video comes from California, and in it, we see a car driving on a forest trail. There are two passengers in the car. One is the driver, and the other is his friend who is recording the video. As they move along the trail, they spot something big and humanoid in the distance.
Whoa! What was that?
Seeing it, the driver speeds up the car, and as they get close to it, they see this figure. Then they stop the car to follow, but the figure emits a really disturbing roar, which seems like it is warning them not to follow.
What the world?
Hearing this, the driver decides to let this thing go because venturing might be dangerous now.
I am not going in there.
And that's where the video ends. Seeing this creature's appearance, like its size, humanoid figure, it looks like what we call a Bigfoot. Do you think the same? This video originates from Provo Canyon, Utah, where a pair of hikers captured footage of what they believe to be the legendary Bigfoot. As they were exploring the woods, they noticed a presence in the distance. Initially, it appeared to be a black bear going about its business behind the trees. However, as the creature stood up, it became clear that it wasn't a bear, but something else entirely. This humanoid figure was covered in dark fur, like a gorilla. The situation took a tense turn when the creature, upon spotting the hikers recording it, became visibly angry and started charging towards them. Faced with this massive creature heading their way, the hikers wisely chose to retreat. Sprinting for their lives. The encounter was both fascinating and frightening, and the creature resembled the legendary Bigfoot. Due to the obstructing trees and branches, a definitive confirmation of its identity remains elusive. Having a companion dog with you when venturing into a forest for hiking can be crucial for your safety, and this video provides a compelling example of why. The footage recorded by a hiker shows a forest trail with a black figure standing on the other side. The figure seems to notice the hiker recording and begins to flee. The hiker's dog reacts by barking at the figure, causing it to retreat even faster.
Oh my God, no, Ziggy, no!
The creature is described as humanoid, with a strong built body covered in thick black fur, resembling a Bigfoot. The presence of the dog played a key role in deterring the creature and ensuring the hiker's safety. It prompts the consideration of what might have happened if the hiker didn't have a dog with them. The protective instincts of a canine companion can make a significant difference in encounters with wildlife, providing an added layer of security during outdoor adventures. This clip was recorded by a YouTuber who has his life devoted to just one thing: finding Bigfoot. For years, he has been trailing down the creature and has been able to find multiple video evidences that actually show everyone how they might really be true. Take this clip for instance. The guy was on one of his Sasquatch sprees when he saw a weird creature a little far from him. Taking his camera out as he zoomed into the being, he could see it was a gigantic human-like figure standing straight in the middle of all those trees.
The tree stands still there.
The figure had dark fur covering its body and a human-like posture as well. All this made it perfectly fit the definition of a Sasquatch. However, if there was a Sasquatch so close to the man, that meant there was danger too, so he ended the video and thought it better to just run to safety. Some said that that is not Bigfoot due to the fact that during the whole clip, the figure did not move at all, that it could be some weird tree branch or any other object. Do you think the same? Recorded in 2021 by another guy who has spent years of his life on finding Bigfoots, and this time he came upon a jackpot. A huge shelter in the middle of the woods, somewhere in Canada, is what he saw. Knowing that he will find some concrete evidence here, He mounted his trail camera on the tree nearby and left after recording a good bunch of videos of the shelter. As he returned the next day to see what was going on there, he saw broken trees everywhere. Shocked at what might have resulted in this situation, he took his camera and went back. At home, he found that the trail camera had recorded a couple of pictures and clips of the beast responsible for all the destruction and living in that shelter. It was a huge being with a body completely covered with black fur and a walk like a man. According to the man, this beast was feeding on rotten flesh of the animals and has been destroying trees in other places as well. And personally, this looks real to me as well. For the Bigfoot enthusiasts out there, I recently managed to create a Bigfoot figurine that I absolutely love having as decoration in my living room, or gifting to some of my friends. If you would like to get one of these for yourself, check this link on the screen or from the video's description. There's a limited number of them. While a husband and wife were up on the snow-covered mountains hiking in January 2013, they heard something strange. Eager to get it on record, the man takes out the phone and starts recording a video in case the sound emerges again. At first, we hear nothing, but then a terrifying growl can be heard echoing the mountain, scaring the couple.
Oh, this is it. Maybe it wasn't 2012, it was 2013.
As the growls started getting louder and louder, the couple thought it would be better to get out of the place. According to them, it was a remote area with hardly any humans around, and they have gone there for hiking a number of times and never heard anything like that. The scream covering the whole area sounded like a beast, all angry, ready to cause chaos anywhere it will go. Thankfully, the couple got away safe before the creature could get close to them. And to be honest, that sounded unlike any animal. So there is a big chance it was of a Sasquatch or some other deadly creature wandering in the woods. A security camera mounted in front of a house to keep an eye on intruders and burglars recorded something so unusual that it had everyone in shock. Back in 2010, this clip was recorded and uploaded by a man in Kentucky who claimed his camera had recorded a Sasquatch roaming around. According to the man, his chickens have been going missing too, and he couldn't put blame on anyone until he had gotten his hands on this footage. The creature appears for a few seconds before disappearing back into the darkness. Now, even though the man who uploaded was so convinced about this being a Sasquatch, for me, it could easily be just a human passing by the trees, and due to the darkness, it got recorded this way on the camera. Moreover, in my opinion, the quality of the clip is not really good to determine if what we saw was a Sasquatch or not. This video originates from a hunter who discovers human remains near his hunting camp, concealed in a shelter crafted from limbs and branches. After camping nearby and returning the next day for further investigation, the hunter and his companion set up a trail camera pointed towards the shelter. At sundown, they captured this. The video presents a view of the woods, featuring a shelter in the distance. Within moments, a strange figure emerges from the bushes and stands motionless for a while. This tall figure, seemingly covered in thick black fur, exhibits a humanoid posture, resembling the legendary Bigfoot. After a brief period of standing, the creature ventures back into the woods, but not before throwing a large log towards the camera, knocking it down. Though the sound setting was compromised due to the impact, the video captures this intriguing encounter. What are your thoughts on this mysterious and fascinating Bigfoot-related incident? In 1994, Paul Freeman, a renowned English actor, while conducting research in the Blue Mountains of Oregon, captured compelling video footage of a possible Sasquatch. In this recording, taken by the actor himself, the camera focuses on the distant woods. Suddenly, a tall, dark figure resembling Bigfoot emerges, casually strolling and crossing through the woods in front of the camera.
Oh, there he goes.
The creature appears remarkably tall with thick black fur, reminiscent of the one seen in a previous video. Mounted on a quad bike, Freeman had the means to swiftly retreat if the Bigfoot decided to pursue him. Prior to this video, Freeman had encountered the creature going up and down the trail, but this recording is the only instance where he successfully captures it on film. The footage is undeniably fascinating, and to me, it appears to be a genuine and captivating glimpse of a Bigfoot in its natural habitat. The legendary creature, terrified, the couple spent a sleepless night, only bolting from their campsite at the break of dawn. The creature, however, remained an enigma. A furry humanoid, the couple's decision to leave seems wise considering the unknown presence they witnessed that night. What could this creature possibly be? This video, shared on Facebook by Harley Hoffman, a renowned Bigfoot enthusiast, claims to capture the first ever real sighting of the elusive creature. In the footage, we observe a wooded area with a dark figure moving around in the background. The humanoid figure appears to be covered in thick black fur. In a second shot from a distance, the creature's humanoid walk becomes more apparent. Notably, the creature's towering height stands out when compared to its surroundings, suggesting it could be between 7 to 9 feet tall. These characteristics align with the typical descriptions of Bigfoot by many. Numerous internet videos showcase sightings of Bigfoot, typically depicting a tall humanoid figure covered in black fur. But have you ever come across a sighting of a white Bigfoot? This particular video shows an individual venturing into a forest at night, for unknown reasons. While exploring with a flashlight, they unexpectedly encounter a creature resembling a white Bigfoot. Upon the illumination of the flashlight, the creature, resembling a white Bigfoot, swiftly runs away, disappearing into the depths of the forest. The facial features of this white Bigfoot closely resemble those of the traditional Bigfoot sightings. However, the authenticity of the video is uncertain, as the sighting is brief and the entire body of the creature isn't visible, making it challenging to determine if it's genuine or potentially a staged encounter. What are your thoughts on this intriguing video? Ever get that creepy feeling of being watched while lying in bed at night? In a video shared by a homeowner, the scene unfolds as they rest in bed, only to be disturbed by rustling noises outside the house. Grabbing a flashlight, the homeowner peeks out the window toward a distant tree. As the flashlight illuminates the area, a strange figure comes into view, reflecting the light with glowing eyes. This mysterious creature appears to be looking directly at the camera, causing the homeowner to feel uneasy and scared. Despite calling out to the creature, it remains motionless.
Hey! Who's out there?
Fixated on the camera. Throughout the 3-minute video, only the glowing eyes and the creature's outline are visible, but the homeowner suggests it could be a Bigfoot, emphasizing the creature's immense size when observed in person. What are your thoughts on what this unsettling creature might be? This video originates from Yellowtop Park and features genuine footage of a sighting believed to be Bigfoot. Right from the start, the footage reveals a massive figure with towering height moving through the woods. The creature's posture closely resembles that of a humanoid, fitting the descriptions commonly associated with Bigfoot. Cloaked in thick black fur, the creature appears robust and imposing. In the Yellowtop Park area, residents have reported multiple sightings of similar creatures, but some dismiss them as possibly being a large bear. While skepticism exists, the video, to me, appears authentic. While acknowledging the possibility of someone in a costume, the creature's walking style and posture strongly suggest the presence of the legendary Bigfoot. A hiker was exploring the deep woods of Lucas, Canada, when he stumbled upon a truly strange and captivating sight. Deep within the forest, he spotted something big and dark in the distance, prompting him to start recording. At first glance, the creature in the video seemed like a large bear, but upon closer inspection, it became clear that it wasn't a bear at all. It was something entirely different. This mysterious creature boasted a thick coat of dark brown fur, giving it a massive and humanoid appearance. Its demeanor appeared rugged, and it seemed aware of the camera's presence. After a while, it nonchalantly walked away. Considering all these characteristics, it's reasonable to think that this creature resembles what many of us refer to as Bigfoot. Bigfoots are known to avoid being recorded or observed by people, choosing to reside in densely wooded areas. Moreover, to me, the video doesn't seem to be a hoax, as the creature's movements and appearance appeared far too natural to be fake. This video is from a popular hiker and explorer, showcasing his journey into a forest. While he records himself, there's something large and black trailing behind him in the background. Surprisingly, the hiker seems oblivious to the potential threat and continues to explore casually. After taking a few more steps, the black figure appears again, this time much closer. Up close, it becomes apparent that this creature resembles what people commonly refer to as Bigfoot. Although it's not as large, it's shorter, with a wide body, covered in thick black fur, resembling a peculiar gorilla or ape. One frustrating aspect of the video is that it ends suddenly when the creature is close to the hiker, leaving us in suspense about what happened next. When it comes to Bigfoot sightings, many are often dismissed as fake, but Claudia Ackley's captures have gained credibility among analysts. One of her most notable pieces of footage shows a large, dark figure peeking from behind a tree in the distance. The creature appears massive, displaying a humanoid body with a head, shoulders, and a thick black furred covered body. It seems like this creature is stealthily observing a family, remaining motionless to avoid detection. However, once it senses it's being recorded, the creature departs. Claudia Ackley believes this was the legendary Bigfoot, citing numerous sightings in the area. What are your thoughts on her capture? Does it seem authentic to you, or do you think it might be a hoax? The connection between hikers and Bigfoot is like a tale of Romeo and Juliet, and this video perfectly captures why. Recorded by a hiker in Alaska back in 2011, the footage unfolds in a dense wooded forest. Amidst the trees, a creature resembling Bigfoot casually strolls through the woods.
There it is, it's right behind that tree.
This Bigfoot-like being is massive, boasting a body covered in white fur. It appears to be on a mission, moving swiftly through the forest. Impressively, the creature effortlessly jumps over obstacles, showcasing both size and agility. Upon closer inspection, the Bigfoot bears a resemblance to an ape. However, what makes this sighting even more intriguing is the absence of apes in Alaska, making it highly likely that this is indeed the elusive Bigfoot. Alright, hold on to your hats.
What is it, a iguana or?
It's a bearded dragon.
It's a bearded dragon?
Bearded dragon, yeah.
This bearded dragon has one body, two heads. Does it spark a memory? Anyone remember that cartoon, Dragon Tales? These guys aren't just a real-life version of those conjoined dragons. They even share their names. Zack and Wheezy. Adorable, right? But here's an even more interesting part. Their owner has a big family. 6 kids and 6 grandkids. And she was offered $78,000 for the twins. Yet she refused. Money can't buy everything, she said. It's heartening to find this kind of compassion. A reminder that even amidst the harsh realities of the world, human empathy endures. Okay, back into the weird world of worms. Just give me a moment to shake off those heebie-jeebies. They linger. Honestly, who would keep these things in a jar? What's the appeal, okay? Let's examine this. It's worm-shaped, but with a tail. That's already unsettling. And what on earth are those black dots? Not eyes. Horns? This is a whole new level of bizarre. Turns out I may have a touch of scolosophobia, that's fear of worms. Definitely time to move on. We all need that chill-out time, even animals. Forget fancy spays. Sometimes you make do with what you've got. Check out this giant anteater taking a late-night dip. We're not so different from our furry, scaly, or feathered friends. At the end of the day, simple pleasures are the best. There's something so calming about a good bath. I'm getting relaxed just watching. See how it basks in the cool water. No worries. Just enjoying some well-deserved alone time. Let's all take a moment with this anteater. Almost makes me want to ditch everything for a long soak of my own. Especially after all those creepy worms from earlier. Sadly, amazing creatures like this giant anteater are vulnerable to extinction. That's why organizations like the People's Trust for Endangered Species are so important. Their work protects animals just like this. If you enjoyed this clip, consider donating to them to help protect these incredible creatures. Next up, a creature that proves looks can be deceiving.
You got ready? Put it in there. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Do it again, do it again, do it again.
At first glance, a squid seems all graceful and flowing. But that appearance hides a shocking truth. Let's see what happens when they get hold of a soda can. Did you see that? It didn't just crush it. It took a clean bite. Wore a chunk right out. That's some serious jaw power. See it go in for another. And again. Imagine if that were your finger instead of metal. Bottom line. If you ever see one of these in the wild, admire from a distance. Trust me. Let's end with a glimpse of the giant anteater in its natural habitat. Check it out. With that shaggy fur and crazy long snout, it looks like something straight out of a prehistoric picture book. But its odd appearance is deceptive. It's clumsy, yet oddly graceful, a total contradiction. And hear that sound it makes when threatened. Magnificent in its own strange way. Wouldn't you agree? These amazing creatures deserve to thrive alongside us. We can all play a part in protecting them. Please consider donating to the People's Trust for Endangered Species. Together, we can make a difference for animals like this. This hiker's video looks like something straight out of a scary story. It shows a dark forest at night, but what's truly chilling is a pair of glowing red eyes peering back from the distance. The faint outline of a figure suggests something humanoid, but the darkness hides its details. Those eyes, though, burning red and filled with an unsettling feeling, hold the hiker's attention. For a tense few moments, the eyes stare right at the camera, sending shivers down your spine. Then, in a movement that makes the blood run cold, the figure raises a hand as if in warning. The video cuts out abruptly, leaving us wondering what happened next. Did the hiker flee in terror? This encounter is a reminder of the strange and mysterious things that might lurk in the deep woods, especially at night. Hikers often stumble upon amazing sights in nature, but this encounter might be a bit too realistic. A hiker recently captured footage of a strange figure standing in the woods, so lifelike it nearly gave him a heart attack. The video shows a tall wooden figure with what seems like a tiny person inside. As the hiker gets closer, they discover it's not a magical creature, but an incredibly detailed and realistic statue. The carving is so lifelike, it could easily be mistaken for a mythical forest spirit. While the encounter was certainly surprising, the statue's craftsmanship is truly impressive. The intricate details and beautiful artistry are undeniable. However, I suggest that the artist might want to reconsider placing such realistic artwork deep in the woods, as it could be quite a shock for unsuspecting hikers. Remember those magical creatures we dreamt of as kids, like unicorns? Well, this video from Uzbekistan might rekindle that childhood wonder. The video features a truly unusual sight. A steer with 3 horns. It has the typical 2 horns of its kind, but also a single straight horn right in the middle, reminiscent of a unicorn. This special steer, raised by a village in Uzbekistan, became quite the local celebrity. Some even went as far as calling it a divine being reborn, while the extra horn could be a result of a genetic mutation, similar to how some animals are born with extra limbs. These mutations are happening more often these days. The big question now is, what do we call this amazing creature? It's not quite a unicorn, since it's a steer, not a horse. Can you think of a cool name for this one-of-a-kind animal? Have you seen this doorbell camera footage from California? It's causing a stir online, with people debating whether it's real or a hoax. The video shows a strange humanoid figure approaching a porch and looking right into the camera. Its long, wiggling fingers and bulging eyes are definitely creepy. The figure makes odd hand gestures for a full minute before darting away. It's certainly unsettling, especially considering it happened in the middle of the night. But take a closer look. This might not be a paranormal encounter after all. The figure's unmoving pupils within the bulging eyes suggest a mask, and my guess is that it is not a real creature. I think this is an elaborate Halloween prank, and whoever did it deserves a round of applause for creepiness. This next story may be disturbing for some, so please proceed with caution. And I know it isn't really thematic for the channel, but this one really shocked me, and I wanted to share with you. In December 2022, doctors in China treated an unusual medical case that shocked many people. In an extremely rare situation, they performed surgery to remove a fetus from the brain of a 1-year-old child. It all started when the child's parents noticed they were developing motor skills slower than expected. Further tests revealed an enlarged head and fluid buildup in the brain. Using a magnetic resonance imaging scan, doctors made a shocking discovery that a malformed fetus was present inside the child's skull. This condition, called fetus in fetus, is incredibly rare, affecting only about 1 in 500,000 births. While the exact cause is unknown, it happens during development when one twin becomes absorbed by the other. Thankfully, the fetus was surgically removed. However, it's unclear how the child fared after surgery, as the information isn't readily available online. We can only hope they made full recovery. This next video is one of those that makes you scratch your head and wonder, is it real or a clever fake? The footage comes from South America and shows a bizarre creature sprawled out on a bench. The thing looks like something straight out of a movie. It has strange, smooth skin and its legs seem to blend into its tail. Its arms, and especially its face, are unlike anything we've seen before. While the creature doesn't move in the video, making it look dead, its body seems too well preserved to be a decomposing animal. The arms also have a weird membrane connecting them to the body, similar to flying squirrels. This detail suggests it might have been able to glide or even fly. To me, the creature looks almost too perfect. It's hard to tell if it's a real alien or a very well-made prop, maybe for a horror movie promotion. One thing's for sure, if you ever stumbled upon something like this lying next to your house, seeing it, your heart would probably skip a couple of beats. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Have you ever wondered what a real-life SpongeBob SquarePants might look like underwater? Well, a team of researchers might have the answer. A deep-sea exploration vehicle cruising off the north coast of Hawaii captured footage of a massive creature that would make Bikini Bottom proud. This giant sponge, roughly the size of a minivan, is one of the oldest living things on Earth. The impressive sponge measured a whopping 12 feet long and 7 feet wide, beating the previous record holder by a significant margin. That earlier sponge, discovered in shallow Canadian waters back in the 1800s, only reached 11 feet long and 3 feet wide. These fascinating creatures can live for hundreds or even thousands of years, meaning this particular sponge has likely witnessed a lot of history. While the researchers didn't disturb this specific sponge, they did collect samples from similar creatures during a previous expedition to learn more about these deep-sea giants. This video, originally shared on Reddit in 2012, has gained attention for its creepy content and supposed government involvement. However, it's important to approach such claims with a critical eye. The video, allegedly filmed by two teenage brothers in 2011, shows them playing with a trampoline. As one brother films the other performing tricks, something strange appears in the background. The cameraman zooms in, revealing a figure resembling the Slender Man, a tall, faceless entity from online horror stories. The video then cuts short as the brothers, supposedly terrified, run away. Following this, the uploader on Reddit claims the original upload was removed by the US government, sparking speculation and questions about the legitimacy of the video and the government's alleged involvement. This video from Canada shows a rabbit with some unusual zombie-like features. But fear not, it's not a zombie apocalypse. The homeowner filmed the rabbit in their backyard, zooming in to show strange growths on its head. These black spikes you see might look scary, but they're actually caused by something called a papillomavirus. Papillomaviruses are actually quite common, affecting both humans and animals. In animals, they cause growths called warts, which is what you see on the rabbit in the video. While the warts might look a bit bizarre, they aren't a sign of a zombie virus. It's understandable to feel bad for the rabbit though. These warts can be uncomfortable, and in some cases, they can even be serious. Also, papillomaviruses are usually fatal. So next time you see a weird-looking animal, remember, it's probably not a zombie. It's more likely a common virus causing an unpleasant condition. This video from Africa captures a dramatic encounter, a battle between two snakes. It takes place on a road, where one snake appears to be gaining the upper hand. They are coiled around each other. However, the pattern snake has managed to swallow almost half of its opponent's body. While the video shows a one-sided fight, it's important to note that snakes don't typically seek out their own kind as prey. They share similar resources and food sources, so eliminating another snake through eating, as seen here, removes a competitor. A researcher studying Decker eagles in a forest had a Nest camera capture a shocking and disturbing scene. The nighttime video shows the peaceful eagle family resting in their nest when something unexpected strikes. A flash appears, and one eagle is struck on the head. The other eagles are startled, and the attacked eagle ducks its head. This attacker swoops down repeatedly with lightning speed, targeting the same eagle until it seems to give up. The attacker then turns to the remaining eagles before the video cuts out. This relentless attacker was an owl, a bird known for hunting other birds' nests at night due to their superior vision in the darkness. While owls are often depicted as wise and gentle creatures, this video showcases their fierce, predatory side, something many viewers might not have realized. Ever heard the saying, "Watch where you step at the beach"? Well, this video from Florida shows why. In the clip, a fisherman can be seen digging in the sand when they unearth a massive crab unlike anything you've ever seen. This strange creature is a horseshoe crab, and it's truly enormous. The fisherman then flips the crab over, and we can see multiple legs and a flattened underside that kind of resembles a beetle. Even its shell has a beetle-like look. These horseshoe crabs are like living fossils. They haven't changed much in over 440 million years. That means they were around way before dinosaurs, stomping around the oceans 200 million years ago. Another cool fact: horseshoe crab blood is blue. Unlike us humans with red blood, horseshoe crabs have a special protein called hemocyanin that makes their blood appear blue. So next time you're at the beach, keep an eye out for these fascinating creatures. They're like the grandfathers of dinosaurs, and stepping on them wouldn't be a very polite welcome. Ever walk through the woods at night and hear an eerie laugh? Well, this video from Canada might explain what you heard. Researchers placed trail cameras in the woods to study foxes, but they captured something unexpected. Fox laughing. The video shows a fox exploring the forest at night, digging for something. Suddenly, another fox enters the frame, and both foxes let out a sound that's eerily similar to a human laugh. This might seem strange, but foxes can actually make sounds that resemble human laughter. In the video, the foxes continue their activities, with one carrying its prey back to its den. This clip is a reminder that the animal world can surprise us in many ways. While it might sound human-like, it's important to remember that these are just sounds foxes naturally make to communicate with each other. My friends often ask why I prefer dogs over cats, and this video from Canada perfectly illustrates my point. In the clip, we see a backyard with a massive black bear casually strolling through. In the background, the resident dogs bark fiercely, trying to warn the bear. The bear, unfazed, heads towards a bird feeder attached to a tree. As the bear investigates, the homeowner opens the door, allowing the previously restrained dog to join the fight. Both dogs bravely charge at the bear, surrounding it despite their smaller size. The surprised bear, overwhelmed by their aggression, tries to run away, but is surrounded again. Realizing it might be outnumbered, the bear flees back towards the woods. The courageous dogs chase for a short while before wisely retreating once the bear disappears. While I wouldn't say these small dogs could actually fight a bear in a real battle, their bravery definitely scared away this giant creature. Their loyalty and courage in protecting their home are truly impressive. This next video captures a heart-pounding encounter between a kayaker and a black bear in Berg Bay, Alaska. The woman filming is clearly nervous as a large black bear approaches her on the shore.
Go away! No! Get away from the kayak! Get away from that kayak!
She tries to scare it off by calling out warnings and mentioning bear spray. While the spray initially seems to deter the bear, it soon turns its attention to the woman's kayak. Panic sets in as the bear starts gnawing on the kayak. The woman yells in distress, pleading with the bear to stop as it rips through the equipment. The video is difficult to watch as the once sturdy kayak is reduced to splinters. This encounter is a reminder of the importance of being prepared when venturing into bear country. Knowing how to use bear spray and having a backup plan are crucial for anyone exploring areas where wildlife might be present. A homeowner recently shared a chilling video on Reddit expressing concern about nightly footsteps around his property. Determined to uncover the source, he ventured out one night and captured something truly unsettling. In the footage, as the homeowner recorded his backyard, initially shrouded in darkness, a humanoid figure emerges from the shadows, moving in a distinctly alien-like manner. With some editing to enhance visibility, it becomes clear there's a tall, hunched creature with thin limbs and an otherworldly presence. Its appearance is reminiscent of the classic reptilian alien archetype, sending shivers down the spine of anyone watching. Upon spotting the creature, the homeowner understandably retreats to the safety of his home, leaving viewers to ponder the identity and intentions of this mysterious visitor. Could it be a mere trick of the light, or something more sinister lurking in the darkness? The uncertainty only adds to the intrigue surrounding this spine-chilling encounter. My friend always wonders why I avoid mountain climbing and turn down their invitations. Well, this video is the perfect response.
Oh!
Filmed on Mount Blanc, shared by France and Italy, this footage captures a group of climbers equipped with gear, navigating the treacherous terrain. Split into two teams, one leading and the other following closely behind, they encounter a dangerous stretch. As one climber makes his way through, disaster strikes in the form of a rockfall, witnessing the terrifying cascade of boulders hurtling down the mountain at lightning speed. The climber instinctively crouches and shields himself from the onslaught. For over 2 harrowing minutes, he remains vulnerable as the rocks pummel past him, each one posing a potential threat. The intensity of the scene is intense, as these projectiles possess the force of bullets, capable of inflicting critical harm with a single impact. Yet, amidst the chaos, the climber finds a small measure of protection behind a solid rock formation. This gripping moment serves as a stark reminder of the inherent dangers of mountain climbing, illustrating the fine line between adventure and peril. Remember the cartoon cat dog? Well, prepare to have your childhood memories brought to life in the most unexpected way with this real-life discovery from China. What you're witnessing isn't a product of computer-generated imagery, but a genuine catch by local fishermen. In the video, we're introduced to a catfish like no other. It boasts not one, but 2 heads, one head on each end of its elongated body, creating a truly surreal sight that defies conventional fish anatomy. As the camera pans over the curious creature nestled in a basket, it's clear that this isn't your average catch of the day. The wet sheen of its scales indicates its recent capture, adding to the intrigue surrounding this rare specimen. The implications of such a strange find are boundless. How does a dual-headed fish navigate the waters? What happens when both heads crave different directions? And perhaps most confusing of all, what transpires when both heads decide it's feeding time? While we're left with more questions than answers, one thing remains certain: the mysteries of the sea never fail to captivate and astonish us. In a village in Uttarakhand, India, an extraordinary sight has left residents in awe and wonder. A cow like no other. The video, filmed on the streets of Uttarakhand, shows a seemingly ordinary cow. But this particular bovine boasts a whopping 6 legs, not 4, not even 5. Also, these extra limbs are sprouting from some pretty unexpected places. One leg emerges right from the udder, and the other pops out from just above it. Apparently, the temple monks are parading the cow around, claiming it's a holy creature. Villagers are flocking to catch a glimpse of this godly marvel. Aside from these 2 extra limbs, the cow seems pretty normal. However, it's unlikely these bonus legs offer any real advantage. One leg is way too short to even touch the ground, and the other appears malformed, making them both pretty useless. In fact, they might even make it difficult for the cow to perform everyday activities like sitting or sleeping comfortably. This 6-legged wonder is a fascinating example of a genetic anomaly. While it might not be a divine messenger, it's definitely a sight to see. This next video from India has sent shockwaves through the online community, challenging the beliefs of netizens everywhere. Yes, you saw that right. An angel. This clip, originally uploaded on Facebook, claims to capture a real-life sighting of an angel. As the footage begins, we witness people rushing out of a cafe in sheer amazement, as if they've spotted something extraordinary outside. The scene then shifts to an outside view, where a man points excitedly towards the sky amidst background screams. And there it is. An angel-like shadow materializes and swiftly ascends into the clouds in a flash, leaving us mesmerized. It's as if this celestial being was bidding farewell to Earth and returning to the heavens above. However, I can't help but maintain a healthy dose of skepticism. Firstly, the shadow of the angel appears somewhat computer-generated, and secondly, the cameraman conveniently focuses on the beautiful sunlight streaming through the clouds. As for the screams, they seem a tad too perfectly timed, almost as if they were added in post-production. Nevertheless, despite the likelihood of it being a hoax, the video undeniably makes a compelling case. What are your thoughts on this celestial spectacle? Share your insights in the comments below. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Every creature on Earth plays a vital role in maintaining the delicate balance of nature, and the chickadee is no exception. These little birds are nature's own pest control experts, and let me tell you, they're exceptionally good at it. This incredible footage was captured by a camera installed in a chickadee nest, initially meant to document the hatching of the eggs. However, it ended up capturing something truly remarkable. As we peer into the nest, we see the hatchlings chirping away, blissfully unaware of the danger lurking nearby. An unwelcome guest spider. The spider has its sights set on the vulnerable hatchlings. But just in the nick of time, Mama Chickadee swoops in. She had been out hunting for a meal to feed her hungry offspring, and upon her return, she springs into action. With lightning speed, she attacks the spider. With the threat neutralized, Mama Chickadee grabs the spider in her beak and takes flight, ensuring the safety of her precious hatchlings. Talk about perfect timing. This next clip is the stuff of nightmares. Brace yourselves for maximum creepiness. What you just witnessed resembles a bizarre hybrid of a human, fish, and seal. This unsettling footage, captured at an aquarium, showcases a truly strange fish caught by the crew. With its eerily human seal-like face and fish-like body, it's a sight to behold. The lower half resembles that of a typical fish, complete with fins and a tail. But it's the upper half that's truly unnerving, a human-like head with seal-like features, including eyes, nose, and teeth. This creature is straight out of my worst nightmares. Now some viewers and experts have raised doubts, suggesting it could be fake or computer-generated imagery. But I'm not entirely convinced. The texture and lighting of the fish appear remarkably genuine, seamlessly blending with its surroundings. What are your thoughts on this spine-chilling fish? Share your views in the comments below. We all know those Saudi princes have pockets deeper than the ocean. They can practically buy anything they fancy, even mythological creatures from Greek mythology. This intriguing video first surfaced on TikTok, claiming to showcase a griffin owned by none other than a Saudi prince. In the footage, we're introduced to a creature about the size of a dog, sporting a weird combination of features. A dog-like lower body paired with a hawk-like head, complete with a long beak, and let's not forget those bird-like claws adorning its front legs. At first glance, it's a dead ringer for the griffins of ancient lore. Plus, when the camera zooms out a bit, we catch a glimpse of what appear to be its folded wings draped across its back. Now, while this creature certainly bears a striking resemblance to the mythical griffins, upon closer inspection, doubts start to creep in. Notice how the neck seems to distort unnaturally. It almost looks like a husky with a beak attachment or a strange deformity. And those supposed wings, they oddly resemble a blanket draped over its back. Additionally, upon closer observation, its movements resemble that of a dog grooming itself rather than a majestic mythical creature. Despite the skepticism, one thing's for sure. With the wealth at their disposal, if anyone could conjure up a griffin, it's those Saudi princes. Ever found yourself spooked by those eerie, ghost-like screams echoing through the forest at night? Well, here's the source. This fascinating footage from Canada captures the unsettling sound of a fox's scream. Trust me, it's a bizarre blend of ghostly wails and otherworldly cries. The screams are loud, high-pitched, and can sometimes even mimic the sound of a human in distress. Enough to send shivers down your spine. But fear not, these foxes aren't trying to haunt your dreams. In fact, their screams serve a very practical purpose. Male and female foxes belt out these screams to attract potential mates. During mating season, female foxes let out these cries to signal their readiness for love. And as for the males, they use their screams to mark their territory and ward off any rivals vying for the affections of a foxy lady. It's also a handy tool they use to intimidate predators and protect their precious offspring. So, the next time you hear those eerie screams piercing through the night, just remember, it's simply nature's way of playing Cupid, or maybe just a fox having a private moment. Imagine you're out for a leisurely surf, soaking up the sun and sea breeze, when suddenly you find yourself smack dab in the middle of a high-stakes chase.
The tiger and the turtle! Uh-oh! Oh! What?
This heart-pounding video, captured at Santa Monica Beach, unfolds a gripping scene. A surfer finds himself caught in the midst of an intense pursuit. A shark hot on the trail of a determined turtle. With camera in hand, The surfer captures the adrenaline-fueled chase as the turtle frantically tries to outpace its predator. Despite the shark's relentless pursuit, the crafty turtle manages to evade capture, leaving the shark in its wake. But just when it seems the danger has passed, the shark has a change of heart, or rather instinct, and turns its attention to the surfer's board. With a swift attack, the surfer loses his balance and plunges into the water, bringing the video to an abrupt end. It's a chilling reminder of the unpredictable nature of wild creatures, and a cautionary tale against getting too close to wildlife, especially in the midst of a confrontation. After all, you never know when you might find yourself in the middle of the action. Venture into the shadowy realm of a forest on a winter night, illuminated only by the beam of a flashlight, through this chilling video. The scene is set deep within the trees, where the silence of the snowy landscape is pierced by the unexpected sight of glowing yellow eyes peeking from behind the forest's darkened veil. The intensity of the eyes, shining with an eerie luminescence, captures our full attention. Their mysterious glow raises a haunting question. What creature or entity do they belong to? The possibilities send our imagination into overdrive. Are these the eyes of a hidden animal, perhaps a nocturnal predator with reflective eyes caught in the flashlight's glare? Or is there a more mysterious, unexplainable presence lurking in the forest? If I were that man, I would have ran away as quick as possible. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. Dive into a captivating scene unfolding in this video, where the timeless tale of a bear's quest for honey comes to life. Despite its size, the bear's determination is immense. It's fixated on the sweet prize hidden inside the tree, undeterred by the formidable defense mechanism it encounters. The air around the bear buzzes with activity as bees swarm, fiercely trying to fend off the intruder. The bear's thick fur offers some protection, but its persistence highlights the powerful drive of its natural instincts. Sometimes you gotta get stung if you want to get the big prize, I guess. Step into the mysterious ambience of this video, where a seemingly peaceful forest scene takes a sudden and bewildering turn. Initially, everything appears serene and typical of a forest landscape, with trees standing tall and the sounds of nature possibly filling the air. However, the tranquility is abruptly interrupted as, one by one, the trees begin to topple. The sight is startling. Normally, one might quickly assume the work of a deforestation crew, perhaps a chainsaw or a feller buncher at play behind the scenes. Yet, the perplexing aspect of this video is the absence of any such machinery or apparent human intervention. The trees continue to fall, seemingly sliced at their base, fueling a sense of bewilderment and intrigue. This unexplained phenomenon makes me wonder, is there an invisible force at work, or is there a natural explanation, such as a disease weakening the trees, making them succumb to gravity? In this video, we're introduced to a serene and seemingly gentle interaction that quickly becomes a startling encounter. This unexpected action catches everyone off guard. Nurse sharks, typically sluggish and unaggressive, are not known for such behaviors. They are usually bottom dwellers, peaceful to divers and swimmers, which adds to the surprise of this rare incident. Although the shark didn't attack and there was no aggression involved, the incident should be a lesson that we should leave the animals alone in their environments. I can't state enough how irresponsible I find that mother to be. In this intriguing video, we're transported to a cold, icy environment where the waters are dotted with floating ice. Camera captures a remarkable and unusual sight. A group of orcas, also known as killer whales, congregated in what appears to be a tight circular formation on the water's surface. The scene is set amidst the chilly expanse of ice, bobbing above the water while the rest of their bodies remain submerged. The way these majestic creatures are huddled so closely together, forming a circle, is not a common sight and sparks curiosity about their behavior. Orcas are known for their high intelligence and complex social structures, which could suggest that this gathering has a purpose or meaning, although it's not immediately clear from the video what that might be. They aren't showing signs of distress or engaging in an apparent hunting strategy. Instead, they seem to be participating in a quiet, perhaps social or protective, activity that is not often witnessed by humans. I find these creatures fascinating. Yes, they are extremely dangerous, but also very smart given their ability to make strategies. Imagine watching footage from a surveillance camera, capturing the quiet of the night at a children's playground. The focus is on a swing, which at first glance appears to be in use. However, there's no one around, and as you pay closer attention, the scene takes on an eerie atmosphere. The swing is moving back and forth with such intensity that it seems as if an invisible force or presence is propelling it. The more you observe, the more the situation feels supernatural, especially when you notice the vague, shadowy outline that seems to occupy the swing. This shadow doesn't have a clear, defined shape like a person. Instead, it's amorphous, almost like mist, enhancing the ghostly vibe of the footage. This video gave me the chills and left me wondering, what was that thing? I inclined to think of something supernatural, because I doubt that kids would be using a swing during the night. There is something about this scene making me curious. Imagine you're watching a video filmed by a driver at night. The scene illuminated only by the vehicle's headlights, but then something unexpected appears, briefly captured on the phone camera as the car speeds by.
C'est quoi ça? C'est quoi? Oh putain!
To the left of the car, visible through the window, there's an odd, unsettling presence. It's a figure that resembles a lady, clad in a long, elegant gown reminiscent of styles worn 60 years ago, grand and out of place on a deserted road at night. The dress flows gracefully, suggesting a bygone era of sophistication and formality. However, there's an eerie quality to this figure. Although her face isn't visible, there's something about her posture, the way she's standing, that stirs a deep sense of unease, hinting that she might not be of this world. The fleeting glimpse raises more questions than it answers, leaving the viewer. Imagine you're cruising down the road, heading home after a demanding day at the office, when suddenly you witness this coming down from the sky. This video, originating from Russia, captures the breathtaking descent of what appears to be debris from a meteor. The sizable meteor fragments are hurtling down from the sky at an impressive speed, casting a radiant light that illuminates the entire city. The spectacle reaches its zenith as the meteor debris crashes into Russia's Ural Mountains, unleashing a powerful shockwave that shatters windows and rattles buildings. Notably, this incident was unintentionally well documented, thanks to the widespread use of dash cameras in Russia at the time. Numerous dash cams recorded the meteor streaking across the sky, followed by the dazzling flash accompanying its explosion. Elizabeth Pearson, an astronomer from Cardiff University, points out that the shedding of debris from a substantial asteroid is not an uncommon occurrence. It happens more frequently than one might think. While the event took everyone by surprise, it left an enduring impression on those fortunate enough to witness this cosmic display. This video might just make you rethink that leisurely stroll through the woods. As this couple is just walking in the forest, they spot something big and dark, moving among the trees. At first, they think it's a bear, which by itself would be enough to worry about, right? Personally, I would certainly not stick around to make this recording. But what is even more scary is that after a few moments, this bear does something bears don't usually do. It stands up on two legs, just like a person. That's when the couple knows it's time to get out of there, fast. The camera's all shaky as they run, trying not to trip over anything, and you can't see any much more after that. So what was that thing? Some say it might be Bigfoot. Considering how it stood up on its two legs, the dark hair covering its entire body, and the overall massive size, could it be true? While some may doubt the existence of ghosts, this video could sway even skeptics. A man at home witnessed a spooky event, a chair swaying on its own. Perplexed by the sight, he grabbed his phone and started recording. Intrigued and somewhat spooked, he called his wife to witness the unusual spectacle.
Hey, hon, come here.
However, the wife, overwhelmed by fear, hesitated to approach the mysteriously moving chair. There is also something this guy said that made me think. He said that this is the most active he's seen it during the day, which makes us realize that this is not the first strange sight this family has had. But the recording took a chilling turn once he got closer to the chair and looked at the reflection. We can clearly see someone standing in the chair, and even more bizarre, we can then see the ghostly entity stand up from the chair, and it lunges at him.
I'm not liking this. Hon, let's go to dinner.
The man was visibly shaken and started calling for his wife to get out of the house for a while. The lingering question remains: what was the ghost's motive behind this unsettling manifestation? Numerous Bigfoot sightings circulate on the internet, with some debunked but a few remain a mystery. This particular sighting, though less known, is quite compelling. The creature captured in the footage closely matches the traditional descriptions of Bigfoot. A man noticed this creature lurking behind the trees. He anticipated its return and decided to document the encounter. After a short wait, the creature emerged among the trees and gradually moved away. Its massive black hair and bipedal form challenges any simple explanation as a mere bear or person. I personally believe that it is something distinct and notably too enormous for it to be just a man in a costume. The man's recording provides undeniable evidence of an encounter with a large, unidentified creature. Forests are mysterious places, and they harbor countless secrets, especially when veiled in darkness during the night. To uncover the mysteries and observe animal behavior, people often deploy trail cameras in the forest. However, these cameras sometimes capture inexplicable phenomena. In one such footage, humanoid figures were caught on a trail camera. Initially, the camera recorded a creature with human-like features, moving on both hands and feet, creating an unsettling and eerie scene. Later, more eerie individuals emerged before the camera. What's unsettling is that they were unclothed and had eerie, slender bodies. Who were these individuals? What were they doing in the forest at night? I have no explanation for this video, so please feel free to comment. You may have encountered unimaginable and mysterious creatures in your life. It is believed that the ocean is home to thousands of creatures, some of which remain unknown to scientists. Could it be possible that some of these unidentified creatures find their way into ponds and lakes? Incidents have been reported worldwide where eerie and unknown creatures have been observed in such bodies of water. In this footage, a family passing by a pond near the road noticed a large number of worm-like creatures in the water. These creatures resemble worms, but differ in structure and form from typical worms or eels. The entire pond was dominated by the population of these unknown creatures. Intrigued, the family decided to stop their car and started recording the scene. They even captured one of these creatures and placed it in a bucket they had with them. It looks a bit like a centipede with all those little arm-like things around it. But as far as I know, they aren't the swimming type. Does anyone have a clue what they might be? I looked a bit online, but I could not find this species. Stray dogs often chase people on the road, especially when people are cycling near them. In some instances, bears or other animals may exhibit similar behavior. However, have you ever witnessed a cow chasing a cyclist on the road? In this video, two friends were cycling on an unpaved road surrounded by woods when suddenly, out of nowhere, a white cow emerged and started chasing them. The cyclist in the rear, equipped with a head-mounted camera, captured the entire encounter. I don't know about you, but I do find it a bit funny of how it ended. I do hope, however, that the cow was okay from that jump. Bears are deemed dangerous due to their tendency to attack humans, but what makes them even more dangerous is their complete unpredictability. They can engage in unexpected behaviors, causing chaos and destruction. In this video, 3 friends chose to stay at a rest house surrounded by woods inhabited by bears. As they parked their car the night before, a visitor somehow managed to get inside their car. A young bear decided that the car was the best place to take a nap. It became a significant problem for them to get the bear out of the car. One friend approached the car and opened the door, hoping the bear would exit. But it remained inside. He opened the door again and quickly retreated to avoid a potential bear attack upon exit. However, the bear stayed inside the car and, unexpectedly, broke the door mirror to escape. I have seen many videos of people trying to break car windows with no success, but this bear just did it without much trying. Just imagine how powerful these creatures are. This incident highlights how animals can cause more destruction and behave unpredictably when they feel endangered. Ever felt like someone's watching you while walking alone? Well, this hiker experienced just that and decided to record what he sensed. In a forest, he felt eyes fixated on him, prompting him to open his camera. What he captured was a black figure peering directly at him from behind a tree. This mysterious being was stalking the hiker, completely unaware of being spotted. The creature, like others we have seen in previous clips, appeared quite humanoid and was covered in thick black fur. To me, it resembled a Bigfoot, but it's hard to say for sure since the video was recorded from a distance, making the facial features less visible. What are your thoughts on this stalking creature? Could it be a Bigfoot? Or might it be something even more terrifying? The video leaves us with a sense of mystery and intrigue about what lurks in the depths of the forest. This next clip is straight from a forest trail camera, originally set up to track deer populations. But it caught something pretty fascinating. In this footage from 2016, we're treated to the sight of a deer moseying around, nibbling on some forest greens. Now here's the twist. This deer's only got 3 legs. It's missing one, and yet it's doing just fine. What's really remarkable is how well this deer manages to keep its balance with just 3 legs. It's like watching a tightrope walker, but with fur and antlers. And it's not just hobbling along. It's strolling around like it's got not a care in the world. You've got to hand it to Mother Nature. She's full of surprises. But let's not forget the potential challenges this deer might face, especially if it runs into a predator. Sprinting on 3 legs? Now, that's a whole other ballgame. But for now, let's just marvel at the resilience of our furry friends. When I first laid eyes on this clip, I could have sworn it was a teaser for some mind-bending movie. But let me tell you, the reality is far more shocking. Take a look at this town. It's like something straight out of a science fiction movie, right? The entire place is blanketed in a thick layer of frozen snow, giving off an otherworldly vibe that's hard to shake. But this footage was captured in 2024 in a northern hilly town in China. And it's as frozen and eerie as it gets. Everywhere you look, there are frozen cars scattered about, some even upside down, likely abandoned after accident. The temperature seems so bone-chilling that even the wind appears frozen in place. Stalls, boards, buildings, nothing escapes the icy grasp of this town. And those cars parked on the road, completely encased in a thick layer of ice. It's a scene straight out of a nightmare, especially with that haunting fog lurking in the background. However, despite the terror it evokes, there's a part of me that's inexplicably drawn to visit this place and witness its frozen wonders firsthand. Imagine yourself skydiving, feeling the rush of adrenaline, when suddenly your parachute bag slips away. That's the similar level nightmare scenario this poor fellow found himself in. In this video from Africa, we witness a honey harvester scaling a tree for another honey run. Armed with leaf baskets to create smoke and fend off bees from the hive, he ascends toward the hive. However, just as he nears the hive, disaster strikes. His smoke falls, disturbing the bees and triggering a furious attack on the defenseless harvester. Swarming bees assault the harvester, leaving him with nowhere to escape but down the tree, enduring countless stings along the way. It's hard to imagine the pain he endured with thousands of bees on the attack. This unfortunate incident could have been prevented with a simple strap securing the harvester's tools. Nevertheless, I doubt this harvester will be eager to pursue honey anytime soon after this ordeal. I don't get what's with some adrenaline junkie hikers who just love to trek through forests in the dead of night. Take this video, for example. It's recorded by a hiker out exploring a Canadian forest, and it's a real heart-stopper. As the hiker makes his way through the woods, he starts hearing these spine-chilling screams echoing in the distance. They're unlike anything he's ever heard, the kind of screams that make your hair stand on end and send shivers down your spine. But does he turn back? No, he keeps on walking towards the source of the noise, which turns out to be a big mistake. Suddenly, he comes face to face with this terrifying creature peeking out from behind a tree. It's enough to make anyone break into a run for their life. And that's exactly what the hiker does. The video cuts off there, leaving us all on the edge of our seats. Now, as for what that creature actually is, well, your guess is as good as mine. Some say it looks like a bat-human hybrid, but who knows for sure? All I know is I'll be sticking to daytime hikes from now on. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. If you're not a fan of bugs, you might want to skip this next video. And if you're brave enough to watch, well, consider yourself warned. Yep, what you just witnessed isn't some dusty gust of wind. It's actually a terrifying swarm of locusts terrorizing the Russian countryside. In this clip, the sky is darkened by a massive swarm stretching over 70,000 hectares across farmland in southern Russia. It's pretty terrifying to witness. Local authorities were left scrambling, deploying vehicles and aircraft in a frantic attempt to combat this major infestation. But try as they might, capturing these bugs proved to be no easy feat. And for drivers on the roads, it's chaos as they swerve to avoid the colossal collection of bugs. Now, these locust plagues are a worldwide disaster with a history as long as time itself. And what's truly bone-chilling is how they ravage crops, leaving nothing but destruction in their wake. Imagine, in just a matter of minutes, they wipe out your entire field of crops, leaving you with nothing. This video hails from Bangladesh and was captured by a local villager out for a stroll. Hearing something rustling in the bushes, he whipped out his camera, expecting to catch sight of some animal, but what he found was far from ordinary. In the footage, we see the villager cautiously approaching a bush, and as he pans the camera, we're met with a spine-chilling sight. A pitch-black, humanoid-looking creature nestled within. The creature's eerie appearance sends shivers down your spine, especially as it locks eyes with the camera lens, seemingly unfazed by the flashlight. Despite the brightness of the flashlight, the creature remains shrouded in darkness, adding to the overall sense of dread. The villagers are left bewildered, unsure of what they're witnessing. Could there be something more sinister at play? This unsettling encounter leaves us questioning the unknown and the potential motives of this mysterious creature. Get ready to have your alien belief shaken if you're a skeptic, or reinforced if you're a believer like me, because this next clip is something else. So, this clip is making rounds on Reddit, claiming to be from the Dulce, New Mexico base, and it supposedly shows an alien-looking baby. And let me tell you, from the moment you lay eyes on this little creature, it's hard to deny its resemblance to what we imagine aliens to look like. The eyes, the head shape, the texture of its body, it all screams alien. But its lower body appears human-like. Now, some folks who've seen this video speculate that this tiny being is actually a human-alien hybrid created through genetic experimentation at the Dulce, New Mexico base. And given the times we live in, where genetic experiments aren't exactly unheard of, it's not entirely far-fetched. But even if it is some kind of experiment gone awry, it's safe to say they might have missed the mark on this one big time. While delving into research for an alien-themed video, I stumbled upon a chilling discovery from Russia dating back to 1996, and let me tell you, it's quite unsettling. In this vintage footage, an antiquarian proudly displays a mysterious find unearthed during his search for antiques. What he reveals is truly out of this world, a small, skeletal creature resembling something straight out of a sci-fi movie. From its elongated, oddly patterned head to its alien-like eyes, every aspect of this creature screams extraterrestrial. Its slender limbs only add to the otherworldly appearance, leaving us to wonder if it could indeed be a visitor from beyond our planet. This fascinating discovery raises the possibility that aliens may have visited Earth millions of years ago. However, skepticism remains, as it's equally plausible that this could be a clever hoax or a fabricated object. Regardless, The mere thought of such a find is enough to make one's imagination run wild. Sure, we've all seen rain, but have you ever heard raining cows? This unbelievable video was captured at a cattle farm in Canada, and let me tell you, it's as bizarre as it gets. In it, there are a couple of cows munching away on their meal peacefully, when suddenly, out of nowhere, one of them comes crashing through the roof with a deafening bang. The roof is obliterated, and the poor cow finds itself stuck on the fence. After a bit of struggle, it manages to wriggle free and make a daring escape. Now, seeing a massive creature like a cow plummeting from the sky is definitely a strange sight to behold. My guess is maybe there was an upper floor to the farm, and the cow somehow tumbled off from there. But let's not forget, as weird as it is, it could have been pretty dangerous if a person had been in the cow's path when it crashed. I never thought I'd have to worry about raining cows, but here we are. This next clip, caught by a neighbor, captures a surprising sight of a bobcat casually strolling along the roof of a nearby house.
Oh my God.
In this video, from a California homeowner, we witness the hair-raising moment when a bobcat confidently wanders across their neighbor's roof. While it may seem harmless at first glance, it's important to remember that bobcats are known for their aggression and ferocity. The way this bobcat is pacing suggests it might be feeling agitated or annoyed, which could potentially lead to an attack. There have been numerous reported incidents of bobcat attacks, so the presence of one in a residential area is certainly cause for concern. It's fortunate that no one happened to be outside at the time, as encountering a bobcat in such a state could have been dangerous. Still, the question remains: what on earth is a bobcat doing prowling around on someone's roof? As kids, we were all enchanted by fairy tales, but as adults, we tend to brush them off as mere fantasy. However, this video might make you reconsider. This video, caught by a home security camera in a house driveway, captured something truly strange. In the footage, we see two cars parked at night, when suddenly, a bug flits across the screen. The bug then returns, hovering for a moment before disappearing from view, ending the clip. Sounds pretty ordinary, right? Well, not quite. Upon closer inspection, slowing down the video reveals that this bug isn't your typical insect. It appears to have a humanoid shape with legs, arms, and wings resembling a miniature creature, straight out of a fairy tale. Some viewers have even gone so far as to suggest it looks like a fairy. Now, I'm inclined to think it's just a moth with an oddly shaped lower body that creates the illusion of legs. But in the right light, I have to admit it does have an overworldly charm that's reminiscent of fairy tales. Our world never fails to surprise us, and the encounter captured in this video is a perfect example.
So it actually stung the tarantula. It is alive but paralyzed. The tarantula hawk is going to lay an egg on it.
This rare footage was taken by a hiker on a Canadian trail and showcases a fascinating interaction between a tarantula and a fly-like insect. In the video, we witness the insect dragging the tarantula across the trail. It's quite a sight to behold, especially considering the size of the insect compared to the tarantula, which appears lifeless as it's being pulled along. But here's where it gets even more intriguing. The hiker explains that the large insect dragging the tarantula is actually a species known as a tarantula hawk. These creatures have the ability to paralyze their prey and then transport them to their nests to lay eggs in their bodies. It's a bit unsettling to think about. But that's nature for you. While it's undeniably fascinating, I have to admit the thought of these tarantula hawks out there gives me the shivers. We all understand the basic principles of gravity, but this clip takes Newton's law and turns it on its head. In this viral video, we're treated to the incredible sight of mountain goats effortlessly scaling the sheer wall of a dam. These alpine ibex, a type of wild goat, showcase their remarkable climbing skills as they tackle the nearly vertical surface of the dam. It's a sight to behold, as these goats boldly attempt to ascend a wall that's over 100 feet high. At first glance, it seems as though they're defying gravity, standing on what appears to be an impossibly steep incline. But when the camera pulls back to reveal the full aerial view of the dam, the true danger of their precarious position becomes clear. Watching these goats navigate the dam with such ease is sure to ignite the adventurous spirit in anyone. While us humans would need specialized equipment to tackle such daunting heights, it's truly astonishing to witness these goats accomplishing it effortlessly. Social media has truly become a global hub for all sorts of content, and wildlife videos are among the most popular genres. Recently, a video featuring a rare opossum found in Arkansas has caught the attention of netizens everywhere. In this footage, captured by a trail camera in 2023, we're treated to a nighttime view of the woods. Among the trees wanders an opossum, doing what opossums do best, sniffing around for prey and exploring their surroundings under the cover of darkness. But this isn't your typical opossum. The real surprise comes when another camera captures the same creature in the morning light. This opossum is unlike any other. It's completely white, covered head to toe in snowy fur. This unique appearance is due to a rare genetic mutation called albinism, which results in a lack of pigmentation. While this albino opossum may look adorable and intriguing, life isn't easy for them. Their white coat makes them stand out in the wild, making them an easy target for predators. Despite these challenges, the sight of this one-in-a-million creature is nothing short of amazing and offers a refreshing sight for nature lovers everywhere. This next clip from Florida gives us a clear reminder of why it's best not to mess with the wild. In this video captured by fishermen, the atmosphere is tense as they find themselves facing an unexpected visitor. As they fish minding their own business, when suddenly there's something approaching from the water in the background. As it gets closer, they realize it's an alligator. But instead of hightailing it out of there, they decide to joke around and keep recording. As the alligator gets nearer, it starts going after their fishing rope. At first, the fishermen find it kind of fascinating, but then, to their surprise and horror, the alligator turns its attention toward them and makes a quick leap onto their boat. Naturally, they panic and jump off the boat, realizing just how close they came to a potentially dangerous situation. After all, these predators are no joke. One bite, and they could drag you right into the water. I bet those guys won't be fishing for a while after that adrenaline-packed encounter. We've all seen fishing mishaps, but this video takes it to a whole new level with a modern twist that's never been seen before.
Oh my god! Oh no!
Oh,
Yep, you saw that right, fishing with drones. Sounds pretty ridiculous, doesn't it? Well, this footage was captured by a duo of friends. one of whom was determined to prove a point by catching fish using his drone. So, he rigs up a fishing line and hook below the drone, and sets off flying it over a serene lake. As luck would have it, a fish takes the bait, and the friends erupt in laughter and celebration, thinking they've won the bet. But then, disaster strikes. The fish starts thrashing around, causing the drone to lose its balance and take a dive into the water, ending the video right there. It was quite the ambitious attempt, but as they say, it turned out to be an expensive fail. Who knows, maybe in the future, there will be drones that can fish for us without taking an unexpected dip. Ever wonder how crocodiles spend their days? Well, get ready for a laugh, because this video gives you a peek into the wild side. In this footage, we witness a rather amusing and intriguing sight. A crocodile leisurely sliding down a slippery slope into the water below. What's really amusing is how this crocodile makes it look so effortless, like it's done this 100 times before. You can almost imagine it thinking, "Yep, just another day at the office," as it glides down with ease. And hey, who can blame it? When you look around, it's clear this was the easiest route down to the water below. This clip just goes to show that even creatures like crocodiles have some smarts up their scales. They've got their own ways of making daily life a little more fun and convenient. After watching this, I can't help but wish I was that crocodile, sliding into the day with nothing but good vibes. This next clip is one of those that really gets under your skin. I mean, seriously, if this isn't some kind of trickery, I might be sleeping with the lights on tonight. Uploaded on Instagram with a chilling caption claiming it to be a ghost. This video presents a scene straight out of a horror movie. In the video, there's this eerie humanoid figure screaming and levitating like something out of a nightmare. It's got long, tangled hair, and its face looks like it's been through the ringer, all dried up and ghostly. After the scream fest, it just vanishes behind a pillar, leaving you wondering what the heck you just witnessed. People have been buzzing about this clip, throwing out theories left and right. Some think it's CG from a movie promo. Others reckon it's just someone in a freaky costume. But let me tell you, the way that thing moves and blends into the background, it's hard not to wonder if it's the real deal. Honestly, if this is just some clever editing, hats off to whoever pulled it off. In November, a bizarre and eerie video surfaced on a YouTube channel called Shimmy Jim Hog. According to the video captions, a homeowner captured this footage around 1:30 in the morning when he started hearing strange noises on his roof, similar to what he had heard the previous night. Armed with his camera, he ventured outside to investigate. As the homeowner stepped outside, he shared with the camera his curiosity about the mysterious sound. However, to his horror, when he pointed the camera towards the roof, he discovered a truly creepy humanoid figure staring down at him. The man, understandably startled, stumbled backward and rushed inside to grab his firearm. Upon returning, the mysterious creature had vanished into the night. The creature appeared bald with a large, round head, but due to the low light, its facial features remained obscured. To me, this creature resembles what is often referred to as the Rake. Regardless of its identity, the eerie encounter left an impression of something with potentially malevolent intentions. This video unfolds in the Himalayas, capturing footage that left viewers in a state of fear and confusion. Two hikers recorded this scene as they explored the Himalayan range, spotting a large dark creature in the distance leisurely strolling around. This creature, entirely black and seemingly covered in a thick coat of fur, initially gave off the impression of a bear. However, as it came into clearer view, it became evident that it wasn't a bear due to its humanoid posture. Some viewers who have seen the video are skeptical, suggesting it may be the elusive Yeti. The Yeti, often described as an ape-like creature, has been a subject of folklore in the region. So, the question remains, what do you think this creature is? A Yeti, or perhaps something even more strange and unsettling than our familiar classifications? This video serves as a clear reminder of why it's crucial to keep a close eye on toddlers, even if it's just a few seconds. Hailing from Seattle, the footage captured by a home security camera unfolds in the backyard of a house. The camera captures a curious toddler taking tentative steps towards something in the distance, piquing their interest. However, the unsettling part is that what caught the toddler's attention wasn't the usual suspects like a cat, dog, or squirrel. It was a massive black bear. The toddler heads directly toward the imposing bear. Fortunately, just in the nick of time, the toddler's mother rushes out to retrieve them. Yet, as she gets closer, she realizes that her little one is running straight towards the bear. Acting swiftly, the mother catches her toddler and brings them safely inside. It's undeniably a close call, and we're grateful that the mother's quick actions averted a potentially dangerous situation. Thank goodness for the vigilant mom. A video was uploaded on Reddit by a user claiming to have a clip of a mountain beast captured on a bridge. In the video, you can see the edge of a forest and the shadow of what seems to be a bridge road. After a few seconds, a large shadow appears, walking on the bridge. The shadow is quite big compared to the bridge and moves around casually. Its outline resembles a humanoid, making it look like a Sasquatch. However, I'm still not completely convinced by the video. It's just a shadow, and we don't have any other evidence that this is some kind of Sasquatch. It's possible that it's just a person walking close to the light source, creating the illusion of a monstrous shadow. However, even if it was a human, I can imagine being really scared if I were there and saw that. Have you ever heard of the mysterious beast known as the Yowie? Similar to Bigfoot, the Yowie is said to be a large ape-like creature spotted by numerous hikers and campers in Australia, and this video provides a glimpse of one such encounter. This video was filmed by a camper near Mate's Rest in the Australian outback, and it captures a tense moment in the woods. As the camper investigates some strange sounds near a tree, suddenly the tree comes crashing down. Startled, the camper rushes towards the fallen tree, hoping to uncover the source of the disturbance. To their astonishment, a large humanoid creature covered in hair emerges from behind the trees and quickly disappears into the wilderness. Though the camera only captures a fleeting glimpse of the creature, it bears a striking resemblance to eyewitness descriptions of the Yowie, a legendary creature said to inhabit the Australian outback. While many are familiar with Bigfoot, encountering another mysterious creature like the Yowie adds a whole new level of fear and mystery to our wilderness. This next clip is one of those moments where our mind questions whether it's just a coincidence, but our eyes beg to differ. Uploaded on Instagram by a user claiming to have captured a real ghostly figure, the video presents a view of the woods from a distance. Everything appears serene until you spot a mysterious black figure standing amidst the trees. Initially, it could be mistaken for a shadow cast by branches or foliage. However, in the video, when an animal, likely a dog, approaches, the figure appears to move. It bears a humanoid appearance with slender legs and a hunched-over body, resembling the silhouette of a petite person. As the dogs pass by, the figure mysteriously vanishes into thin air, leaving us confused and unsettled. To me, this creature appears ghostly or spectral in nature. What are your thoughts on this intriguing sighting? Feel free to share your opinions in the comments below. This video serves as a stark reminder why you should always keep your gates locked, even in areas with a supposed 0% crime rate. Captured by a house security camera in India late at night, the footage reveals an unsettling sight. The camera focuses on the entrance gate, which mysteriously stands open. Within moments, a strange humanoid figure strolls in, walking straight into the house before the video abruptly ends. The figure's eerie demeanor and appearance leave viewers unsettled. It possesses a humanoid body, yet devoid of any facial features, and its entire form is ghostly white. The family whose home security camera captured this disturbing event searched every nook and cranny of their house, but found no trace of the intruder. It's a weird and terrifying thought that such a non-human entity could simply stroll into your home uninvited. If I were in their shoes, I'd seriously consider selling the house and moving elsewhere. There's no way I could feel safe knowing something like that had crossed my threshold. Motherly love knows no bounds, and this video beautifully illustrates the unbreakable bond between a mother and her child, even if it's the animal kingdom. During a road trip, a family stumbled upon a touching scene where a frightened fawn puppy was stranded in the middle of the road. As they filmed the scene, the mother deer gracefully entered the frame. Instantly, the baby fawn found newfound strength at the sight of its mama. With a burst of courage, the once frightened and weak fawn rose to its feet and followed its mother's lead, step by precious step. It was like witnessing a miracle unfold before their eyes. Witnessing the transformative power of a mother's presence was truly touching. Initially scared and weak, the fawn gained newfound courage and confidence upon reuniting with its mother. Even in the animal kingdom, the bond between a mother and her offspring is unbreakable and life-changing. Nature has a way of surprising us with its beauty, but sometimes it throws us a curveball that literally makes us wonder if the end of days is near. This captivating video from Australia showcases an unusual cloud formation resembling patterns of cotton strewn across the sky. The surreal sight may appear enchanting to some, yet for others, it instills a sense of unease at the unknown. However, fear not. These clouds aren't a sign of impending doomsday. They're actually a rare phenomenon known as mammatus clouds. These clouds are pouch-like structures hanging gracefully in the sky. Despite their ominous appearance, contrary to popular belief, they don't signal the onset of a tornado. Instead, they often appear after the fiercest part of a thunderstorm has passed. Whatever their significance, there's no denying that these clouds look like something straight out of a science fiction movie. Nature never fails to keep us on our toes, offering up wonders that both inspire awe and ignite our imagination. This recent YouTube upload has left viewers scratching their heads in confusion and intrigue. The footage takes us to a beach in Japan, where something truly bizarre lurks beneath the sand. Initially resembling an odd, decorative rock, the object suddenly springs to life upon being touched by the cameraman. What was once mistaken for a mere rock now reveals itself as a dragon-like head adorned with intricate scales, fiery red eyes, and a formidable mouth resembling that of a dragon. Every detail of its visage bears an uncanny resemblance to the mythical creature. Things take a startling turn when the cameraman dares to poke the creature, prompting the creature's mouth to open, and it launches a sudden attack, narrowly missing its target. As it moves, its remaining body becomes visible, concealed within the sand. The creature's aggressive movements and fish-like behavior suggest it may belong to some fish species of aquatic life, yet I'm at a loss as to what this dragon-like creature could be. Is it a mythical dragon reborn in our world, now dwelling beneath the waves? Ever witnessed a showdown in the animal kingdom that ends in a rare double knockout?
Silêncio, silêncio, vem ver. Cara, impressionante, nunca vi isso na minha vida.
Yes, you saw that. They both went down. This video captures a dramatic clash between two formidable adversaries, the mighty crocodile and a slippery mudwater electric eel. The battle kicks off when the croc seizes the eel as it attempts to slither onto land. Despite the eel's attempts to wiggle free, the crocodile's grip remains firm. However, after a few tense moments of struggle, something unexpected happens. The crocodile and the eel both suddenly collapse. Both the eel and the crocodile lie motionless, seemingly rendered unconscious by the intensity of the fight. To me, it appears that the eel succumbed to the crocodile's powerful bite, while the crocodile fell victim to the electric shock delivered by the eel. However, the confusing aspect of this encounter is how a mighty crocodile could be incapacitated by the electric shock of a seemingly small eel. Intrigued by this unexpected outcome, I delved into some research and discovered that a healthy electric eel can produce an astonishing 300-400 volts or more than enough to stop a crocodile's heart in its tracks. So it seems the crocodile picked the wrong opponent that day, resulting in an extraordinary double knockout that defies expectations. If you thought the last encounter was mind-blowing, just wait until you feast your eyes on this one.
And I should have realized that those people that were in front of us, that I was effectively following.
This video, captured in Kansas by a hiker, begins with confusion as the hiker notices other hikers recording something on the ground. Upon closer inspection, it becomes clear that all eyes are fixed on a gripping scene where a showdown between a snake and a tarantula was going on. In this epic battle, the tarantula emerges victorious, effortlessly dragging the snake along with it. The tarantula's grip is strong, and despite the snake's movements indicating it's still alive, it struggles to break free. With remarkable power and force, the tarantula carries its defeated foe, likely intending to enjoy it as a meal later on. Tarantulas are known for their agility and quick reflexes, making them formidable opponents in one-on-one encounters like this. Against such a skilled predator, even a snake, as nimble as the one in the video, stands little chance of emerging victorious. It's a testament to the raw power and cunning of the natural world. I've always had a fear of dark corners and places, and whenever someone questions why, I show them this spine-chilling clip I stumbled upon on Instagram. Filmed in Bangalore, India, the video captures footage from a security camera. As it unfolds, a mysterious figure emerges from the darkness, seemingly trying to conceal itself from the camera's gaze. The figure, resembling a humanoid woman in a white dress, appears translucent, like a ghost or spirit. After lingering in the shadows for a while, the figure suddenly transforms into a flash of smoke and zooms skyward before the video cuts off. Witnessing a spirit materialize and ascend into the sky is undoubtedly a terrifying sight. However, some viewers who have already seen the video are skeptical, labeling it as fake. While I understand their doubts, there are aspects that make me question its authenticity. The transition as the figure ascends feels slightly off, but on the other hand, the seamless blending of the ghost with the background suggests it could be genuine. Regardless of its authenticity, this video gives me another reason for illumination in every corner of my home. After all, who knows what else lurks in the shadows? Ever seen a bug so bizarre that it makes you question whether nature is playing tricks on you? This fascinating video originates from Canada and showcases a truly bizarre bug discovered by an entomologist. At first glance, the bug resembles a dried up flower, but upon poking it, it springs to life, attacking the cameraman's thumb with its menacing arms. It's reminiscent of a mantis in its appearance and behavior. After delving into some research, I uncovered that this intriguing creature is none other than the devil's flower mantis, belonging to a monotypic genus of praying mantises in the family Impicidae. It's one of the largest species of its kind, possibly the largest that mimics a flower. As observed in the video, these mantises are notably aggressive, using their claw-like arms like hammers when they feel threatened. Nature's repertoire never fails to astound. From its strange creatures to their remarkable adaptations, it's a constant source of wonder and amazement. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. Imagine stepping outside your home, admiring the beauty of the sky, and deciding to capture it on video. But as you're recording, something catches your eye. A mysterious flying object soaring above your house. Seems terrifying, right? That's exactly what happened in this clip.
What is that?
What?
Hailing from the UK, this video showcases a massive meteoroid-like object gliding through the sky. It's accompanied by a bright trailing light and moves at a relatively slow pace, ruling out the possibility of it being a typical meteoroid. The woman behind the camera was also understandably confused and a bit scared by the sight. This object, shaped like a teardrop, appears remarkably large, even from a considerable distance. I would be scared as well if I saw that on the sky, reminding me that maybe this was the last thing the dinosaurs also observed before their demise. Ever wondered what it would be like to witness a real-life version of the classic mobile snake game, where a snake biting itself means game over? What you just witnessed was an albino snake inadvertently biting itself while attempting to strike at a mouse. The sight of an albino snake in itself is quite remarkable, but to see it accidentally harm itself adds a whole new layer of uniqueness to the video. As the snake keeper introduces a mouse into the snake enclosure, the snake eagerly lunges towards its prey, only to mistakenly attack itself in the process. With its fangs embedded in its own body, the snake writhes and coils in agony, creating a truly strange and unsettling scene. It's almost reminiscent of those classic snake mobile games where biting oneself leads to defeat. However, in this case, it's not just a game. It's a real-life scenario with potentially dire consequences. Hopefully, this rare albino snake will recover without any lasting harm, as losing such a specimen would be a significant loss for the keeper. Calling all Bigfoot enthusiasts, this next clip hails straight from Osawatomie, Kansas. This video was captured by a local during his morning jog. The video offers a glimpse of distant fields, with a strange sight among them, where we can see a hairy humanoid figure casually strolling. This figure is covered in thick black fur, and its gait resembles that of a human. While some viewers are quick to dub it the legendary Bigfoot, I remain somewhat skeptical. To me, this being appears more like a human wearing a Bigfoot costume. The creature's height seems notably smaller than typical Bigfoot sightings, and the bagginess of the costume is evident in the video, giving it away. However, I must admit, if there's even a tiny chance that this could be genuine, maybe it's an old and worn out Bigfoot, then it's certainly a fascinating discovery worth considering. Check out this video and tell me if you'd classify this as a zombie snail or a snail disco party. Those vibrant, psychedelic eyes you just witnessed aren't a natural feature of these snails. In fact, they're the result of a parasitic hijacker known as the green-banded broodsac, which takes over the snail's body. These parasitic worms infiltrate the snail's eye stalks, seize control of its brain, and then pulsate to create the illusion of a dancing caterpillar. It's like something out of a zombie movie, but with a funky disco twist. But how does this parasitic takeover occur in the first place? Well, it all starts when the snail unwittingly encounters the parasite's eggs, often found in bird droppings. Once hatched, the larvae make their way to the snail's tentacles and form a sac. As the sac matures, it grows and eventually replaces the snail's eye stalk, rendering it blind and unable to retract the tentacle back into its body. Frankly, the whole process is equal parts disgusting and terrifying. Who would want to share the planet with creatures like these? Not me. This video serves as a reminder to never underestimate the cunning of wild animals, as they might just outsmart us. This video was captured by, well, you can say a monkey. The footage begins with a tourist innocently setting his camera on a bench before turning his attention to feeding the monkeys in the background. Little does he know, a sneaky monkey seizes the opportunity and snatches the camera, making a swift getaway, despite the tourist's efforts to chase the thief down. The monkey proves to be too nimble. Eventually, the monkey sets the camera down and proceeds to dismantle it, much to the horror of the helpless tourist who watches his expensive gadget being destroyed before his eyes. The monkey, seemingly satisfied with its handiwork, inspects the camera briefly before abruptly ending the recording. It's a bizarre yet strangely captivating spectacle, showcasing the unexpected antics of wildlife. And it serves as a valuable lesson for all tourists. Always secure your belongings, perhaps with a protective band tied securely around your arm, to prevent such incidents from happening again. Taking it back to 2020, this video showcases a truly strange phenomenon unfolding in the skies, leaving many to wonder if it had godly origins. Hailing from Florida, the footage was captured by a driver who noticed a strange, luminous object emerging from behind the clouds. It moved across the sky as if someone were wielding a giant flashlight, casting an ethereal glow. The sight persisted for over a minute before the video abruptly ended. It's a scene reminiscent of something out of a fantasy game, as if the heavens were sending us a rare quest or message. While some may interpret it as a sign from a higher power, a more grounded explanation could be at play. It's possible that sunlight filtering through unusual cloud formations is causing this luminous display, though we lack concrete proof. If you've encountered this strange phenomenon, or have insights to share, feel free to drop a comment below and join the discussion. Some people out there believe in the existence of aliens, claiming they might be lurking beneath the sea disguised as aquatic beings. I've always been skeptical, but videos like this one really make me question my doubts. In this footage from Kiawah Island, South Carolina, we witness a bizarre moment captured by a group of fishermen on their fishing expedition. As one of them records, another showcases a truly bizarre fish they've just reeled in. This fish is unlike anything they've encountered before, sporting a peculiar mouth like opening below its original head. Its body length and features are also far from the norm, but it's that unusual mouth that gives it an otherworldly appearance. With its gooey texture and an oddly shaped tail, it wouldn't be out of place in a sci-fi movie featuring extraterrestrial creatures. While it's possible that this fish is the product of some genetic mutation, mutations can sometimes yield eerie and unsettling results like this one. Now, the real question remains: will the fishermen decide to sell this mysterious catch at the market? Or will they make it disappear, never to be seen again? A trail camera set up to study the deer population in the Canadian woods captured a strange sight that has left researchers with more questions than answers. In the footage, recorded at night, the trail camera captures the tranquil beauty of the forest. However, suddenly there is a movement in the distant darkness, accompanied by a sudden burst of bright light. The deer grazing in the vicinity become startled by the passing of this mysterious entity and become more alert. Upon closer inspection of the footage, it becomes apparent that something out of the ordinary is afoot. Zooming in reveals the presence of a ghostly figure, seemingly carrying a light source, possibly a lantern, as it moves through the woods. Though the sighting is fleeting, it leaves an indelible impression on both the camera and the deer. Also, unlike some videos that could be attributed to computer-generated imagery, the genuine reaction of the deer adds credibility to the sighting. Incidents like these make me hesitant to venture into the forest for pending adventures, as the unknown can be both fascinating and unsettling. Ever wondered how animals deal with things stuck in hard-to-reach places? Well, this amazing video from Sri Lanka sheds light on their resourcefulness. In the footage, a majestic elephant is captured cleaning its toes using a stick. Despite its massive size, the elephant effortlessly handles the thin stick with its trunk, skillfully maneuvering it to clean between its toes. It's a testament to the intelligence of animals like elephants, who ingeniously use resources found in their environment to maintain hygiene. These animals exhibit remarkable problem-solving skills, teaching themselves techniques like using sticks for grooming and utilizing their trunks for various tasks, such as showering. However, while their intelligence is a marvel, it's disheartening to note that elephants are often subjected to captivity and exploitation, forced to perform in circuses or used as beasts of burden in Sri Lanka and beyond. Humans have this strange tendency not to back away from danger unless it's right about to hit them. This video perfectly illustrates that, where a group of people stands behind a fence, gazing at the surging sea with massive and furious waves. The waves are already dangerously high, but these folks seem to be ignoring the potential risks, just enjoying the spectacle. Suddenly, the worst unfolds, as the towering waves come crashing, surpassing the fence. As the waves breach the barrier, they start taking everything in their path. Many people get swept away, and then the video abruptly ends. Watching this video only intensifies my fear of the ocean and water. Still, I can't help but be puzzled about why these individuals didn't realize the abnormality of those towering waves and seek safety. The way humans sometimes approach danger leaves me utterly confused. Ever felt like someone's watching you while walking alone? Well, this hiker experienced just that and decided to record what he sensed. In a forest, he felt eyes fixated on him, prompting him to open his camera. What he captured was a black figure peering directly at him from behind a tree. This mysterious being was stalking the hiker, completely unaware of being spotted. The creature, like others we have seen in previous clips, appeared quite humanoid and was covered in thick black fur. To me, it resembled a Bigfoot, but it's hard to say for sure since the video was recorded from a distance, making the facial features less visible. What are your thoughts on this stalking creature? Could it be a Bigfoot, or might it be something even more terrifying? The video leaves us with a sense of mystery and intrigue about what lurks in the depths of the forest. While on a forest road trip in California, a family encountered an eerie sight captured in front of their car's headlights. As they traversed a desolate forest road, the camera revealed a massive, hairy creature staring directly at them from the dark woods. The creature, covered in thick black fur, exhibited a humanoid posture and body frame. The eerie aspect of the clip lay in the mysterious identity of this creature, which seemed to be patiently waiting in the woods, creating a chilling atmosphere, as if anticipating someone's arrival to carry out its unknown intentions. It is advisable to keep driving in such situations unless faced with an extreme emergency to avoid potential encounters with such unsettling entities. Warning: do not attempt to replicate any actions seen in this video. The footage captured by a hiker in Russia depicts the hiker encountering a bear while exploring the forest. The bear was minding its own business when the audacious hiker approached and kicked it in the back. In response, the bear, initially startled, realized the source of the kick and aggressively charged towards the hiker. Emitting menacing growls and unsettling attack yells, the bear attacked the hiker for a few seconds. The hiker dropped the camera during the attack, but eventually returned to retrieve it, uploading the video later. Despite the scare, the hiker emerged unharmed. This video serves as a stark reminder of the importance of not interfering with nature, especially when dealing with formidable creatures like bears. The Amazon rainforest serves as a captivating habitat for a variety of amazing and rare creatures, and the tourists' capture highlighted one such extraordinary moment. The video taken during an Amazon rainforest tour depicts a massive anaconda gracefully swimming in a swampy lake. The rare spectacle unfolded with the snake positioned directly beneath the tourist's boat. And witnessing this, I couldn't help but feel concerned about their safety, considering an anaconda could easily climb on board. Also, the sheer size and capabilities of these formidable creatures add a chilling factor to the encounter. Although anacondas are common in the Amazon, they can reach an impressive length of up to 30 feet and weigh up to 550 pounds. To put this into perspective, the snake's length is comparable to about 5 kids lying head to foot. The people on the boat were pretty lucky that the snake wasn't in the mood for playing with them, because if it were, this video could have ended in a much more gruesome way. My friends often wonder why I avoid joining them on cave explorations, But little do they know that videos like this exist on the internet. The creature you just saw was discovered in a coastal mountain cave in Canada, and let me tell you, it's unlike anything we've ever seen before. Right from the start of the video, you can tell it's something out of the video. Its bulging form and bizarre body texture are a dead giveaway, and those fins? They're unlike any fins I've ever seen before. They almost resemble fingers. My best guess, given the sound of water in the background and the appearance of those fins, is that it's some kind of aquatic creature washed up in the cave. It's as if it's a cross between a fish and a frog, but with a multitude of mutations thrown into the mix. Encounters like these make me think twice about venturing into the depths of cave. Who knows what otherworldly creatures might be lurking in the darkness below? Home intrusion is already a chilling experience, but when it's perpetrated by someone who appears anything but human, the fear escalates to a whole new level. This video, shared as a YouTube short by a homeowner, recounts their spine-tingling encounter. After discovering their bathroom window mysteriously opened, the homeowner decided to review their security camera footage, and what they saw left them utterly shocked and terrified. In the footage, a strange humanoid creature can be seen attempting to gain entry through the window. The creature reaches its hand inside the window and begins to crawl in with its eerie gaze, scanning the surroundings. Its bizarre appearance, with rag-like textured skin and an unsettling face reminiscent of scarecrows made from old rags, is quite unsettling. Just as it's about to fully enter the room, the video abruptly enters the room. In the face of such a mysterious intruder, my advice would be to waste no time. It's better to err on the side of caution and ensure the safety of both oneself and one's property. Here's another video that reaffirms why cave exploring can be downright terrifying, especially for those with a faint heart like myself. Captured by a group of friends during their cave exploration expedition, this footage reveals a chilling sight: a massive bat-like creature hanging upside down from the cave ceiling. This creature is unlike any bat we've ever seen. Its size alone is enough to raise alarm bells. While the average bat typically measures no more than 6 to 7 inches, the one in the video appears to be a staggering 4 to 5 feet in length. While it's possible that the camera's zoom feature may be distorting the creature's size, casting it in a larger-than-life light, the thought of a human-sized vampire bat lurking in the shadows is enough to send shivers down the spine. Just imagine the horror if this creature were to awaken from its sleep and launch an attack on these unsuspecting cave explorers. The mere thought is enough to instill fear in even the bravest of us. If the sight of worms makes your skin crawl, I'd advise you to skip ahead. But if you're unfazed, brace yourself for what's to come. What you just witnessed isn't a scene from a zombie movie, but rather a real-life video captured in Hyderabad, India, showcasing a swarm of millipedes in action. In the footage, thousands of millipedes can be seen crawling over one another, moving swiftly and seemingly in unison towards their destination. The sheer number of them is enough to give anyone the creeps, as they resemble a disgusting mass of worms. But why are these millipedes out in action, terrorizing people? These particular millipedes, known as Streptogonopus, engage in mass mating rituals at the onset of the monsoon season. After mating and laying their eggs, the adults perish, leaving behind swarms of larvae that move in synchronized motion, as seen in the video. Even more intriguing is their resilience. If disturbed, they simply regroup and continue their collective journey. While some may find them fascinating, Others, like myself, wouldn't hesitate to burn them all if they came close to our property. Snakes with one head were terrifying enough, but nature seems determined to raise the difficulty level by spawning snakes with 2 heads now. This video from San Joaquin Valley, California, presents a truly rare sight where a 2-headed snake is caught in the act of eating. Both heads of the snake can be seen with what appears to be baby rats or similar prey in their mouths. Despite having 2 heads sharing a singular lower body, the snake manages to feed from both mouths simultaneously, and surprisingly, both heads function effectively. 2-headed snakes are an exceptionally rare trait among snakes, with only a minute percentage, approximately 0.1%. Being born with this anomaly, this unique occurrence is a result of a mutation process known as bicephaly, where bi refers to 2 and cephaly refers to heads. Having 2 heads not only means the snake requires double the sustenance, but also entails coordinating 2 brains to operate the body's systems. This can pose significant challenges for these snakes in terms of thriving and surviving without complications. Nevertheless, watching this video now, I can't help but wonder about the awesomeness of owning a 2-headed pet snake. This video comes from Aiguille du Midi and captures a heart-stopping moment during a mountain climb. In the footage recorded on a climber's GoPro camera, we see a group of professional climbers embarking on a climb up the Aiguille du Midi mountain. They appear well equipped with climbing gear and seem experienced. As one of the hikers reaches the cameraman, he pauses to relay something to the camera before taking his next step. Suddenly, he slips and begins sliding down the icy track. It's a breathtaking moment, as even a split-second delay or a failure to secure a grip could have led to a disastrous fall down the mountain. The narrow and treacherous path they're navigating down looks incredibly daunting. After witnessing such a close call, it's understandable why some might opt to steer clear of hiking adventures. Do you believe in miracles? If you're like me and you don't, then this video might make you reconsider. Recorded in a forest, this video showcases a truly unusual sight. A water fountain emerging from a tree trunk. The water pressure is surprisingly high, and it seems to flow endlessly from the tree. Many viewers who already saw this video find this scene confusing, with some even considering it a miracle or something paranormal. However, I believe there's a logical explanation for this phenomenon. I've read somewhere that when you cut a tree after it has absorbed recent rain, it can release water. But I must admit, this fountain-like display is quite extraordinary. There could be a hidden source of water, such as a pipe concealed behind the tree by the person filming the video. Even if the video turns out to be fabricated and fake, I must commend the creator for making it incredibly convincing. Glowing white eyes in the dead of night. From out of the darkness can barely be seen a shape, a moving creature. It is rumored to be the Australian yowie. Some individuals believe that yowies could be the Australian equivalent of Bigfoot, although there are different accounts regarding the creature. It is believed that this creature inhabits the outback and other remote areas of Australia. Opinions on the creature's behavior vary, with some describing it as timid or shy, while others claim it to be violent and aggressive. I think it is safe to say that whatever this creature is, it is a terrifying one we would all want to avoid meeting in the forest. With its large forehead, we can almost imagine it to be a gorilla of sorts. Its movements are rapid and jerky. It seems to be hiding, but from what? Does it know it is being watched from this trail camera? These homeowners heard some strange sounds outside their home, and they started recording the outside. and what they saw was terrifying as the owner started calling someone on his phone. Deep within the darkness, something seems to be moving. The creature remains still to begin with, hiding in the distance and watching. It then moves over to the side slightly and comes closer to the camera. I can't be sure if there is a time lapse on this video, but it seems that the frightening humanoid figure materializes ever closer. The figure is white and large, a skinwalker perhaps. If such a thing does indeed exist, I would imagine it to look just like this. You can hear the desperation in Richard's voice as he tries to convince his friend of what he is seeing.
It's like 35 feet away, and it came out of those weeds. You know what I'm talking about?
At one point, the being looks almost ape-like, until it stands straight again, and then it clearly is not. The creature is very well aware that Richard is there, and it watches him. Richard says something like, "It came back."
Oh my God, there it is, Mike. It came back. Oh my gosh.
Making us understand that this is not the first time he is visited by this. We can only hope that Richard's friend eventually believed him and came to his rescue. This driver caught a strange sight in the middle of the road and had to film it. A strange-looking predator carrying away its slain prey. The only thing really clear in this video is the fact that whatever the animal is walking away, it is carrying the head of a zebra. Where does the rest of the prey lie, we wonder? It is half bush pig, half buck of some kind, a deviant of nature, an amalgamation of beings that hides in the night. I am not quite sure what this creature is. Unfortunately, just as we see the profile of the animal, it disappears into the bush. But I think I've been watching this video too many times. The animal's bottom almost seems pixelated as it trots casually away, which makes me wonder whether the footage has been edited. The animal is indeed casual. It does not seem perturbed that there is a vehicle with bright lights following closely behind it. There is no sense of urgency. This in itself is strange and somewhat unnerving. The Kraken lives. During their dive off the coast of Japan, 2 divers captured a remarkable video of their encounter with a massive squid at close range. The couple recorded the footage of the 8-foot-long squid using their underwater camera, capturing the squid floating in the waters. Despite the large creature, the video is peaceful, and one cannot be in awe of how lithe the creature is. Despite being the largest invertebrate on Earth, the giant squid continues to largely perplex scientists, remaining a mysterious creature. Although this creature appears calm and peaceful, squids are actually formidable predators, and have been known to attack human divers when given the chance. Their powerful tentacles can seize divers, pulling them downwards and causing disorientation, while their sharp teeth and claws can cut through wetsuits and skin. But what is more terrifying is obviously its size. The giant squids are known to live deep down in our oceans, where every creature is gigantic. So it is a mystery why it came so close to the surface. This video starts innocently enough with a few guys filming something odd in the distance. The one filming makes reference to black dots, but their attention, and ours, is very soon diverted to the large humans scaling the forest edge. We hear the cameraman's exclamation that it is a skinwalker.
Dude, that was a skinwalker, what? Follow him. I videoed it.
Within Navajo culture, a skinwalker is characterized as a malevolent witch capable of transforming into, possessing, or camouflaging themselves as an animal. I was under the assumption, however, that skinwalkers ever only came out at night. This is in broad daylight. I'm really not sure what to make of it. The creature is huge, almost reaching the tops of the trees. Unfortunately, it isn't long before the guys lost the creature, so we can't be sure what it was that we saw. This lady has found one of the strangest looking creatures. At first, it does look like some sort of a abnormal rat, crawling without any limbs. However, as strange and alien as these creatures are, there's actually a logical explanation. This bizarre creature is called the rat-tailed maggot. So it is not a rat, but rather a maggot. It is the larval or immature stage of a fly. These whitish larvae measure around 3 to 4 inches in length and possess a distinctive feature, an elongated tail of approximately 1 to 2 inches in length. This tail serves as a breathing tube for the maggots when they are submerged in water. As they reach maturity, the maggots become a nuisance by crawling away from their breeding site in search of a dry location where they can undergo metamorphosis and transition into the adult stage. As creepy as they look, they are completely harmless, so the lady in this video was in no danger. Imagine venturing into the depths of a forest at night, the darkness enveloping everything, and then encountering a sight that sends shivers down your spine. This video, although blurry, captures such a chilling moment. Given its size and the setting, speculation runs wild. Could this be the legendary Bigfoot, often rumored to roam secluded forests? Or might it be a bear, its stature and eyes visible, just enough to be caught on camera? Alternatively, the skeptical mind might wonder if this is a clever hoax, designed to stir up fear or excitement. The ambiguity of the footage, combined with the eerie setting, fuels the mystery. The creature remains unidentified, its intentions unclear, and its reality uncertain. If I was the man filming this video, I would have ran away as fast as possible, as the possibility of me being so close to such a creature during the night into the forest terrifies me. A chilling scenario, set deep within the woods at night, was captured in this unnerving video.
Hey!
High up in one of the towering trees, an unexpected and horrifying sight unfolds. There, amidst the dark silhouettes of the branches, is a girl. But this is no ordinary scene of a child climbing a tree. It's something far more unsettling. The girl is screaming, her cries alarming all the residents, and her movements are erratic, almost as if she's thrashing or bouncing against her will. The scene gives off an intense feeling that she might be possessed, exhibiting behavior that's typically associated with horror tales of individuals overtaken by forces beyond their control. The entire spectacle is deeply unsettling, transforming the natural setting of the woods into a backdrop for a terrifying encounter. The video leaves me with a lingering sense of dread, and the uneasy question, what could have caused such a disturbing display? There is a substance straight out of a horror movie that no one has been able to explain, even to this day.
Yeah, it's just kind of gooey and stretchy. It looks kind of like tar.
This is what many beachgoers have noticed at South Carl's.
We're exploring a series of images and clips reporting on peculiar black sticky blobs appearing along the beach. These strange substances spark a wave of curiosity and intrigue, looking so out of this world that people can't help but wonder if they've stumbled upon something alien. The first accounts of this substance dates back to 1986 in Caracas, Venezuela, but it has been appearing every now and then, and there are cases of death from this unknown substance. The blobs are unusual and captivating, creating a buzz among locals and visitors alike. They're gooey and dark, contrasting starkly with the usual beach scenery, leading to all sorts of wild guesses about their origin. Could they be some bizarre form of sea life, pollution, or even evidence of extraterrestrial life? Despite almost 2 decades of study and millions of dollars spent identifying it, the cause of the substance has proven difficult, and there are still no definitive explanations as to how it appeared. I find this video very interesting, as I have never heard of this phenomenon, and it created a mystery yet to be solved. Embark on a mysterious journey into the forest at night, where the video at hand captures something truly unusual. High up in the branches of one of the trees, there's movement that catches the eye. A black, hairy figure skillfully navigating through the limbs. The creature's presence is initially obscured by the dense foliage, but as the video continues, we get a clearer view. What emerges from behind the leaves is astonishing. The creature bears a striking resemblance to what many would identify as Bigfoot, a legendary being that's been the subject of folklore and countless eyewitness accounts. Whether this is a genuine sighting of the elusive Bigfoot or just a trick of the light and shadow in the forest remains open to interpretation. Yet, the video undoubtedly offers a fascinating and unsettling encounter with something extraordinary in the still of the night. I incline to think that this video is real, and the face of the creature, with that creepy smile, gives me shivers down the spine. We're introduced to a girl, seemingly engrossed in making a video, completely oblivious to the eerie occurrence unfolding behind her. As the camera rolls, an unusual and chilling spectacle emerges from behind the wall, just over the girl's shoulder. It's a translucent figure, but its presence is subtle, not drawing any immediate attention from the girl, which adds an even more sinister layer to the unfolding scene. Unexpectedly, the creature retracts, stopping short of actual touch. This moment of near interaction frightened me. Who knows what this creature might have done? It's as if I'm watching a scene from a horror movie, where the boundary between the ordinary and the paranormal is blurred, leaving me on edge and questioning what might happen next. I recently visited Lake Como, one of the deepest lakes in Europe, and I want to share with you some strange things. The lake is known to have all sort of things at its bottom. As you can see in this clip, it is a graveyard for cars, tanks, warplanes, and all sort of things. But the lake is famous for something else, something creepier. It is said that somewhere at its bottom lies a monster called Lariosaurio, similar to the one we all know at Loch Ness. The earliest sighting dates to 1946. Eyewitnesses allegedly reported seeing a reptile-like animal swimming in the waters of the lake. It is said to not be aggressive unless disturbed. However, folklore says otherwise, with some encounters being deadly. There are even earlier reports of its existence, dating as old as several hundred years, with old pictures immortalizing these claims. So if you want to visit Italy, I suggest you take a trip to this ancient lake as well. But be careful if you think of diving in the water. In this video, we're introduced to an extraordinary and somewhat unsettling creature that defies the usual expectations of wildlife.
شكله أبد مناخ الربع.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان.
شوف راسه شوف كبره.
At first glance, the creature's head resembles that of a dog, equipped with notably sharp teeth, suggesting a fierce nature. However, as the camera continues to record, it reveals that the rest of the creature is far from what one might anticipate following the canine-like head. Instead of a dog's body, the creature boasts a form that eerily mirrors a human's, complete with a humanoid torso and an enlarged belly, which adds an unusual dimension to its appearance. The limbs are present, yet they deviate from the norm. The arms are devoid of hands, and the legs, although shorter, end in feet that bear a resemblance to human feet in their shape. The creature's skin is a distinct gray, enhancing its otherworldly look. Even more intriguing is the fact that, despite appearing unconscious, there are visible signs of breathing, making me anxious thinking about the possibility that it could wake up at any time and harm the person filming. I have no idea what this creature could be, but if you know, let us know in the comments. Imagine witnessing a scene that defies everything you know about fire and water. As the video plays, we see an individual attempting to extinguish this unusual fire with more water, intuitively thinking it will douse the flames. However, the fire only grows more intense with each attempt. This unexpected turn of events adds to the intrigue, leaving viewers puzzled and in awe. The spectacle of fire burning on water is a fascinating study in contrasts. Typically, water is the go-to extinguisher for flames, but here it seems to feed the fire instead of fighting it. This scenario might involve flammable substances floating on the water or underground gases feeding the flames from below, turning a simple act of nature into a captivating display of its complexity and mystery. I find this phenomenon extraordinary, giving life to the metaphor. Embark on a spine-tingling journey through a scene that might just challenge your beliefs in the ordinary. Out of nowhere, an eerie incident occurs. The woman's hair appears to be mysteriously pulled backward. Yet there's no one else in sight. No visible presence, no hands reaching out, nothing that could logically explain her hair's sudden movement. The room is still. The dog beside her remains undisturbed, oblivious to the strange event. This peculiar moment naturally stirs thoughts of the supernatural. Could this be the work of an unseen entity, a ghostly presence making itself known in the most unsettling way? The lack of any visible cause for the hair pulling intensifies the mystery, wrapping the scene in a cloak of the paranormal. Poor woman. If I were her, I would call a priest as soon as possible. Step into a moment of intrigue right at the entrance of a garage, where this video captures a peculiar and fascinating creature. Initially, it might seem like we're looking at a small black frog, a common enough sight in some areas. However, as the camera zooms in and we get a closer look, it becomes clear that this is no ordinary frog. The creature's head is elongated, straying from the typical round shape we associate with frogs. Even more intriguing is the absence of visible features we'd expect to see, like eyes or a mouth. This lack of identifiable characteristics adds a layer of mystery to the creature, sparking curiosity about its true nature. The video leaves me pondering several questions. Is this an unusual species of amphibian, perhaps a rare or less known variety? Could it be a creature in a transitional stage of its life? Or maybe it's something entirely different, defying our expectations of familiar wildlife. Imagine stepping into a farm field, the camera rolling, capturing the rustic charm of the countryside. Suddenly, the video zeroes in on an intriguing sight, a skunk cabbage, freshly uprooted, lying in the open field.
This is a skunk cabbage. It grows down along.
This isn't just any ordinary glimpse of flora. What stands out is the extraordinary appearance of the plant, particularly its root system. As the camera focuses, the skunk cabbage reveals its otherworldly beauty. The roots are dense, intricate, and spread out in a complex network that captivates the viewer's attention. They exhibit an almost alien quality, as if this plant could belong to a landscape far removed from our earthly familiarities. The sheer uniqueness of the skunk cabbage, especially in its uprooted state, turns this simple video into a fascinating visual exploration. I am not familiar with this plant, and seeing it for the first time in this video made me think of an alien plant at first. In this intriguing image from the Pirin Mountains of southwestern Bulgaria, we're presented with a captivating mystery embedded in stone. The photograph shows a man's foot placed beside a remarkable impression on a rock. A colossal footprint that seems to echo the shape of a human foot, but is magnified to an astonishing scale, at least 8 times larger. The footprint's most striking feature is its toes, which bear a striking resemblance to those of a human, suggesting familiarity yet paired with the unknown. The rest of the footprint, however, veers into the realm of the mysterious, with proportions and contours that don't quite match our expectations of a human foot, hinting at a creature of extraordinary size and perhaps unknown origin. The mind races with possibilities. Could this be evidence of giants, as suggested by myths and legends that span cultures and eras, creatures of immense stature whose existence has faded into folklore? Or might this imprint hint at the existence of Bigfoot? The elusive creature reported in various sightings throughout the world, yet remaining shrouded in skepticism and mystery, this image left me with more questions than answers, and I am very curious of knowing what could have left such a mark, and if the creature still exists. Imagine encountering a creature so unusual it seems to challenge the laws of nature itself. This tiny reptile, with its pair of heads atop a single body, appears as if plucked from a realm of fantasy or a mythical story. This rare condition, known as bicephaly, is a form of conjoined twinning, but is exceptionally uncommon in reptiles. The two heads sharing one body might make you think of mythical creatures or beings from a realm of fantasy. Yet here it is, a living turtle that defies common natural expectations. It is fascinating how these animals with bicephaly can live without problems. They give us a rare glimpse of nature's diversity. Step into a scene that blurs the line between the familiar and the utterly mysterious. This video, captured on a Texas beach, presents us with a creature that defies easy categorization.
Imagine being on Bolivar Beach and this turns up. KH11 viewer Patricia shared.
It kind of looks like an anemone you'd find in the ocean, with lots of tentacles that are soft and jelly-like. But here's where it gets super weird. The creature's mouth. It's big and looks super scary. Kind of like the mouth of a sea lamprey, but even larger. This isn't something you'd want to bump into while swimming. The creature's color is another strange thing. It's gray, which isn't what you'd expect for something like an anemone. This unusual color makes it look even more out of the ordinary. So what is this thing? Is it just a strange kind of anemone? Or is it something we've never seen before? The video leaves me guessing, showing me just how many weird and wonderful things there might be out there that we still don't know about. Embark on an up-close exploration of one of nature's more ethereal creations, captured in this video where a man holds a fascinating creature in his hand. The fish's mouth is notably sharp and pointed, resembling an arrowhead, which adds to its unusual and striking appearance. This pointed mouth is likely an adaptation to its natural environment, helping it catch its prey in the cold waters it usually inhabits. Transparency in fish, like that seen in the ice fish, is an extraordinary adaptation. It's often a form of camouflage, making the fish nearly invisible to predators and prey in the water. Despite being out of water in this video, the ice fish retains its see-through appearance, allowing us to marvel at its unique physiology up close. This type of fish is a very interesting sight to see, and thanks to this video, we have the opportunity to dive in the diversity of the nature. Imagine peering through the lens of a Ring camera, typically a silent guardian of the night, when it captures a surprising visit right at the front of a house. As the night unfolds in front of the camera, we see these two coyotes up close, engaged in a rather domestic act. They're feasting from an animal food bowl left outside. But the feast is interrupted when one of the coyotes becomes aware of the camera's presence. As the animal pauses, its eyes possibly catching the camera's glint, or sensing its unusual nature in their familiar foraging ground. In an unexpected twist, the coyote's response is to take action. It decides to claim the camera itself, perhaps as a trophy or out of sheer curiosity, grabbing it in its mouth and making off with it. I personally enjoy seeing how animals react to human environment and gadgets, how curious they get, and how they interplay with our daily life objects. Step into the quiet world of a field at night, observed through the watchful eye of a trail camera. The deer turns to face the camera directly, and what unfolds next is a captivating display. It begins to move its hind legs in an unusual manner, almost as if it's performing a dance. This peculiar behavior is fascinating, seeming as though the deer is aware of the camera's presence and has decided to put on a show, or perhaps it's engaging in a natural behavior that just happens to resemble a dance. This unexpected dance could be a spontaneous display of playfulness, or a rare behavior triggered by the deer's interaction with its environment, possibly even a response to the infrared light or the slight sound from the camera. I find this video very interesting, as it seems like the deer is aware that it is being filmed and decided to set up a show. Step into a moment filled with a mix of amusement and concern captured in this video, where we observe the often clumsy yet endearing world of a panda bear. Pandas, with their iconic black and white fur, are creatures that exude a sense of charm that's hard to resist, and this particular panda is no exception. However, instead of a graceful ascent, the panda finds itself in a precarious situation, dangling from a slender branch. This incident, while somewhat humorous, subtly underscores a more serious note. Pandas are known for their laid-back, almost lazy demeanor, which, combined with their specialized bamboo diet and low birth rate, contributes to their status as an endangered species. While it's easy to chuckle at the panda's misadventure, it's also a reminder of their vulnerability and the importance of ongoing conservation work to protect these unique animals. I think these animals are so fragile and need protection, as I think all of us still want them and their cuteness around. This video, captured by a kayaker, thrusts us into a startling scenario I know no one would want to be in. The kayaker, isolated in the vastness of the ocean, finds themselves in a heart-pounding situation. The water's surface, once a picture of calm, now betrays the movement of something immense lurking below. The suspense is palpable, as viewers can only imagine the size and nature of the creature causing such a disturbance. With my thalassophobia, I could never go into such deep waters with my kayak. But the video left me wondering, what could cause such a wave? an eerie setting becomes the backdrop for a chilling video that's bound to leave a lasting impression on anyone who dares to watch. The drone glides silently, its camera capturing the solemn tranquility of the cemetery below. Then, something unexpected and unsettling enters the frame. Beside one of the graves, a shadowy presence becomes apparent. It's not just any shadow. This one is unique. It appears as a translucent figure, a specter that moves with an otherworldly grace. This ghostly apparition doesn't seem bound by the laws of the physical world, and its presence in such a sacred and solemn place amplifies the eerie atmosphere. The sight of this shadowy figure, captured so clearly yet so mysteriously by the drone, sends me shivers down the spine. Our forests hold mysteries and fascinations beyond our comprehension, and sometimes humans stumble upon things that boggle the mind. In this video, a hiker makes a confusing discovery, a strange-looking creature in the heart of the forest at night. At first glance, it resembled a bobcat, but upon closer inspection, the creature's weird features became apparent. Though it had bobcat-like ears, its face was unusually wide, and the gap between its eyes raised eyebrows. What truly sends shivers down my spine is the creature's intense stare at the hiker. The eyes exude an eerie, almost evil quality, leaving a chilling impression that its intentions might not be as innocent as they seem. Ever heard the advice to climb to a high place if you encounter a bear? Well, this video might make you think twice. Recorded by villagers, the footage unfolds with a group of men standing on the roof of a house, looking visibly frightened. One of them is wielding a long piece of log, presumably to fend off an approaching threat. Suddenly, the cause of their fear enters the frame. A hefty bear. The bear, determined and unfazed, climbs on the wheat stacks and uses them as a makeshift ladder to reach the roof. Witnessing this, panic ensues, and everyone starts sprinting for their lives. The bear, seemingly irritated or agitated, picks a target and chases them off the roof. Despite the tense situation, some villagers appear to be smiling, suggesting they may have experience dealing with such bear encounters and knew how to handle the situation. Witnessing large structures like buildings or bridges collapse can evoke intense fear because it's something beyond our control. In this video, we see a dramatic scene unfold in India, where a bridge collapses, creating massive waves in the water below. The footage captures not only the bridge's collapse, but also the reactions of hundreds of onlookers standing on a boat, watching the event unfold. As the bridge crumbles, it sends colossal waves rushing towards the observers on the boat. The sudden shock hits them, realizing the danger they're in. Understanding the precarious situation, everyone swiftly starts disembarking from the boat, and the video comes to an end. The sheer length of the collapsing bridge, and the way it sends waves through the water below, add an extra layer of terror to the scene. Ever wondered who'd come out on top in a face-off between 4 domestic dogs and a hefty wild seal? Well, this video spills the beans. It captures the scene of 4 dogs encircling a massive seal, barking up a storm. The dogs display clear signs of aggression, but the seal remains surprisingly calm. After a bout of relentless barking, the dogs decide to back off. That's when the seal, seemingly unimpressed, decides it's time for payback. As the dogs turn away, the seal takes action, opening its mouth and attempting to take a bite at one of the dogs nearby. Luckily for the dog, it manages to evade the seal's bite, And that's where the video wraps up. Seals are typically known for their calm and gentle nature, but as seen in this video, when provoked, they certainly have their own unique ways of seeking revenge. When animals interact with the human world and human inventions, there are times when we get some unusual reactions out of them. Take these two foxes, for instance. While fighting each other, they ended up on the trampoline where they continued their fight until they realized where exactly they were. So one of them started jumping on it and enjoying it, but the other one wasn't ready to call off the fight, hence it started again. But the first fox was so invested in exploring what the trampoline was and how it worked that it could not help but focus only on that. The video ended because maybe the person recording got tired of holding the camera, but the foxes were still there, enjoying their trampoline just like they should. A friend duo went missing in Poland, and when the police investigated, they found their camera abandoned in a trash bin in a local park. What they found inside was truly bone-chilling. The video the police found was recorded by those friends, and it depicts a nighttime view of a park. One friend is filming the other goofing around when suddenly, a mysterious figure enters the frame. The friends notice the stranger, but brush it off, thinking it's just someone drunk or playing a prank. However, the appearance of the stalker is unsettling, with a hunched back and a rag covering their face. As the stalker approaches, resembling a drunken person, the friends continue to play around, unaware of the danger they're in. When they feel that it is getting a bit creepy, they attempt to flee, but the stalker relentlessly pursues them with their hunched posture. The stalker in the video may very well be the key to unraveling the mystery behind their disappearance. I mean, I have seen a few drunk people in my life, but this one seemed way creepier in his motivation to continue going after them. What do you think was going on in this clip? For more captivating content like this, click here. Thank you for tuning in.